Oi, oi! Welcome everyone to the last stream of 2025. Big up to everyone that's here, everyone that will be here, everyone that's watching on playback. Big up to every single one of you. And let me extend that throughout the year. Big up to all of you that have supported the channel throughout 2025. It is massively, massively, massively appreciated. Whether that be just through being watching in the chat, watching them catch up, whether that be through writing comments, whether that be through being a member, super chatting, this and all of that. It is massively, massively, massively appreciated throughout the year. It's been fantastic. I've enjoyed every single minute of every single stream with you guys. And I just wanted to let you know I'm always going to be grateful for that. So big up to every single one of you. To the right, we've got DJB. We've got underneath him Shane Gooner. And to his left, we've got Normski. Hope every single one of you had a fantastic Christmas. DJB, rather. How was yours, my brother?
Well,
outside of Arsenal.
It was going brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. We had the Christmas and everything was flowing, everything was good, all the usual stuff. And then, unfortunately, my son, obviously, that wasn't at home for Christmas because he was at family's, he got home to find that he'd been burgled his house. So it put a downer on the Christmas. That put a real spanner in the works, which was horrible. Bless up to him and his wife and my daughter-in-law. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, it was okay. It's going all right. I just get all my days muddled up. I don't know whether it's Sunday, Saturday. You know, I don't know whether the bins are out, bins are in. I ain't got a clue, mate. I don't know what's happening. And then I have to endure the Arsenal at the weekend. And yeah, I'm sure
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Pick up the chat, and it's always a pleasure to be with my top Normski and Shane and yourself, my friend. Always.
What a pleasure. Come on, the pleasure is absolutely mine. And Shane as well, man. Hope you and the 12 guests I think you had over Christmas had an absolute belt. I used to be a chef, so hopefully you didn't give them any food poisoning. That would be a disaster. I'm sure you didn't. You're always on point. How was your Christmas, man?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. My missus was more stressed about the dinner than me, and I kept saying, "Look, there's no difference. If you cook long enough, cooking for 6 people is the same as cooking for 12. You just double the ingredients. It's not, you know what I mean. The whole thing about a Christmas dinner is the secret is you just build everything around the roast potatoes, man. That's it. The roast potatoes are the thing. Once they're out, then everything else better be ready, and that's it, man. You know, if you want proper roast potatoes that crackle when you put them in the bowl, like mine always do, you know what I mean. Then you have to be ready. The beef was beef was fine. It could have been slightly better, but I'm a perfectionist, you know what I mean? So everybody else was happy with it. I was happy enough with it. There was loads of leftovers. I only just finished them today. There was turkey wraps and turkey curry and everything you can think of that was made after. But yeah, no, all good, man, all good. And yeah, listen, I was talking to DJB about what happened. It's horrendous. It happened to me 8-9 years ago, and it's not even about the stuff you lose. It's about having those sentiments in your house. It's about having that, knowing that those scumbags are in your house, man. And to me, thieving is it's one of the lowest forms of, I think, the sentence higher, but that's for a whole other conversation. Yeah, big up to everybody. Happy Christmas, and yeah, New Year's is coming. And yeah, unfortunately, we have to sit through this dross tomorrow night, but let's see how it goes. I'm sure we'll get into it all.
Yeah, absolutely. But big up, Shane, man. Always a pleasure to have you on as well. And Normski as well, the one true saint of the actual show. How was your Christmas? Holy
yeah, it was a quiet one. A quiet one. Very rich food. Went down my stomach and came out the other side. But that's what happens, mate. So I think all roads lead to Shane.
Effect, Norms.
All roads leads to Shane next year, cracking in potatoes and all of that. You know what I mean?
100. We're all going to Ireland, didn't we?
All Ireland, mate. We're all going here. Go get a full Irish Christmas breakfast and dinner. Do you know what I mean? But no, absolutely big up to yourselves, DJ B, obviously Shane and Aaron, and big up to the chat as well. Yeah, it was a quiet Christmas. Then after that, we went out in the family, played a few games and stuff like that. And then you got to sit down and watch Arsenal play, which is not really good for the stomach. You know what I mean? So, but I'm sure we will get into it tonight. I'm sure we will do that.
Absolutely. And yeah, big up to chat and everyone that's here. Big up to Vigilante, you absolute fridge freezer. What a mod. Big up to Lynch supporting everyone, of course. Big up to Quaja. How you doing, my brother? Gooner SE, what a legend. Big up to you, man. Lux, what a geezer. Appreciate
Big
the
up,
view as always. We've got
Big
top
up, Lux.
in the building. Not going easy on this fraud tonight. Absolutely ruddy not. Latvian Guna, big up to you, brother.
Big up, brother.
See you in the chat. Martin Tap, come on, man. Big up Aaron, Shane, DJB, Norm. Don't worry, guys. Tomorrow's set piece will be our new striker, Owen Gollett. 10 to the Arsenal Arteta's master plan. Big up to you, man. Hope you're good. Big up, Rook, man. We don't always agree, but it's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Hope you had a good Christmas, and obviously copy and paste for everyone else. Rob Future, big up to you, brother. Let's start with the Arsenal content. DJB. We was both at the game at the Emirates for Brighton. Now, listen, they've been a bit of a bogey team for Arsenal Football Club. That they have. We've had poor results against them, by and large, especially at home. We got a result, 2-1. We were coasting 2-0, not really peppering, but we got ourselves a nice, cheeky 2-0 advantage. And typical Arsenal fashion, we allowed a stupidness to be 2-1. And David Raya, fair dues to the geezer, absolute worldie, should have been 2, or could have been rather, 2-2. We were playing silliness in the corner on the 85th, 86th minute, basically just telling everyone, basically telling Brighton, look, come and attack us, just like what we did against Sunderland, by the way, sending them signals, guys. We want to give up. We want to hold on. Come and attack us. Come and attack us, please. Please come and attack us. And they almost got their just rewards, didn't they? I don't know about you, but again, it's an unconvincing win. Now, people will say, listen, it's a win. December hasn't been that bad. When you look at it as a results-based, you can see what people are saying. However, DJB, 2-0 at Brentford. Lost, obviously, of course, at Aston Villa. We beat Bruges. We beat Wolves. We beat Everton. We draw against Crystal Palace in the Cup. However, we advance. And then we squeeze through Brighton. That tells you a tale that December for Arsenal was actually pretty good. But on the eye, it was everything but. It was again own goals. It was again penalties. It was again set piece. It's not convincing, is it, DJB?
It's not convincing, and it's a struggle, and it's painful. But when you look at the performances, it's no different from last season. The only difference is last season is that we got off to a good start and the other teams haven't. But we was relying on set pieces last season, if I remember. There was players not really functioning and not on form last season. And the problem is this manager does not he's not brave enough. He sticks to what he knows. He's regimental in his plan A. The players are lacking in confidence. There's certain players that are lacking in confidence, and we'll probably get to the main striker later on. He's now taken Eze out the team, who was initially brought in for a specific reason, was to unlock defences and low blocks and create things. He's now not getting in the team. Odegaard has one game, and we're hearing, oh, genius, outstanding, he's this, he's world class. He's had one game. Yeah. And it was an okay. I mean, it weren't. Yeah, he had a good game, but he weren't. He took his goal well, and he shined against a Brighton team that was really there for the taking. Aaron, they didn't show a lot of ambition in the first half. We
allowed them into it, didn't we?
Yeah, they couldn't keep possession. Any other team would have taken that. They would have hammered Brighton the other night. Aston Villa, if they was playing them the other night, they'd have hammered them. Man City would have hammered them. Liverpool probably would have got a result against them. Chelsea would have hammered them. They were there for the taking. Now, suddenly we come out second half. Their manager makes a couple of changes. Lewis Skelly was struggling pretty much all night. Who'd have thought, eh? Last season, he was like, oh, he's better than Ashley Cole. Another player that has fallen off of a cliff, where he's being played out at the wrong position and he's being played sporadically. And then we come out second half and I'm thinking, Brighton look a little bit at it now. And then when they got their goal, I'm thinking a little bit more quality in the final third. They're in here. they're in here. We ain't got an answer to it. And then you're looking over at the manager and he's panicking. He's up and down the line. He's sitting down. He's standing up. Then he has to throw on a defender. And then we're putting the ball in the corner. We're putting the ball in the corner. 84th minute, 85th minute. We know most games go on till 95 minutes now.
Yeah.
There's 10 minutes left. And we're trying to kill the game with the ball in the corner. This is a team that's had £1 billion spent on it. Best team in Europe. One of the best managers around, and we're locking up shop with 10 minutes to go by putting a ball in the corner and begging for a corner or a throw-in or something. It's just unsustainable. But I take it back. The cracks started appearing very early on. It's just that we was getting away with it because we were getting the points. We were going 5, 6, 7 points clear. City weren't really in the groove. Villa weren't in the groove. Other teams weren't really performing, so we was getting away with it. Now, Villa are a very good side. Man City are starting to get their act together. We're now seeing that we're having to up our game. We've got to go to that next level now to stay in front, and we can't do it, Aaron. We can't do it. We can't get to that next level because players are injured. He's playing players that are in the red that are injured. Declan Rice once again. He lasts about 50 minutes and he's finished. He's blowing out of his backside.
Do you know what? Just to quickly interrupt you there, though, D. Players are injured, absolutely. Most of them are in the defence. That, to me, doesn't give you anywhere near a good enough excuse as to why. And I know you're not saying this, by the way, just to clarify, but that don't give us anywhere near enough an excuse as to why our attack's so bad. Because we've got almost every single one of them available.
I've been saying it all season. Our attack's been bad all season. Our final third has been our problem. If our defensively is the reason why we're top of the league. Let's get it right.
Yeah,
we're not top of the league because we've played this free-flowing, brilliant football. Saka's half the player. Saka should be 7, 8. He should be up there with the Foden sort of stats this season. He's nowhere near it, and that told you everything you need to know where Saka's dropped when he's got yards on one of the slowest defenders in the Premiership and the defender catches him and he's one-on-one with a keeper and he can't shake him off. Absolute ridiculous. But I keep saying this as well, and Shane said it, and I know people have said it. He keeps reverting back to safety, what he knows. He starts Trossard. Trossard's having a stinker, really. The fans I don't know why, the Brighton fans got to him. He weren't right. Make the change. Make it at half time. Make something happen at half time. You're 2-0 up. Go for it. Let's go and bag another 2 goals. Make the change at half time. Let's get Eze on. Let's try something different. Let's get Madueke on. Let's go attack. What does he do? Comes out half time. Same 11. Then he puts Martinelli on for Trossard, who can't get 90 minutes. And it's just. You can read him like a book. He's so predictable. And the football is crap. It is crap. And I was saying it last season and I'm saying it again. If you take your Arsenal hat off and you look at the teams that are in form at the moment and you look at it from a football perspective, you'd be going, how are Arsenal top of this league?
DJB, no neutral fan is rubbing their hands together going, do you know what? Arsenal versus so-and-so. I can't wait.
No one's scared of us now, Aaron.
That's going to be about. No one's doing that.
No one's scared of us now. They're scared of Aston Villa. They don't want to play them. They don't want to play Man City at the moment. Liverpool getting their act together. We got them, just over a week's time.
Yeah.
I mean,
2 or 3 Premier League games time,
exactly. I think. But the point of the matter is that this guy now is in panic mode. He's sticking to his principles. He's sticking to what he knows. And the only thing he knows is to lock up, not to take risks, not to take any chances. And by doing that, he's going to play the same players week in, week out. He's rushing players back that are injured. Gyökeres, I'm sorry, he's a great player. Nothing to do with Gyökeres. Nothing to do with Gyökeres at any other team scores goals. In a red and white shirt,
we'll
under
get to him in a little
bit. Aaron, he looks poor.
Yeah,
He looks one of the
we'll get
worst.
to him very, very, very soon.
Yeah,
Save
I'm
that
sorry,
energy.
yeah,
D.
but but again, just all the players to me, they just lack confidence. They just don't look happy. Saka don't look as if he's enjoying his football, and that's worrying. That's worrying.
Yeah.
When you've got fixtures piling up, you've got to have players that really want to go out there and perform. And none of them are giving me that impression at the moment. I think they're fed up with the way we play. It really is.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is at the start of the season? And I'll bring Shane on this. Up until, let's just say, 10 games in, most of our players were giving you 6, 7, 8s out of 10. At least 7 or 8 of the players were giving you that. They were playing either above their skin, at least giving you an average, or some of them were giving you a so-so performance. The problem is now it's flipped, and that's a worry. You're looking at this squad of 11, 12, 13, 14 or whatever, Shane, and you're thinking you've probably got 3 players that are giving you a decent performance. Timber, as always, one of the centre-backs, which most of the time they're injured now, Declan Rice. That's all you're getting now. Trossard, if you want to sort of add that in some of the games. You cannot win Premier League titles. You cannot be sustainable if only 3 or 4 of your starting 11 are giving you at least a 6 or 7 out of 10 performances. It's crazy, isn't it, Shane? It was a terrible performance as well, I believe, against Brighton. And I know you've touched a lot on this, and I want to bring in a bit of injuries as well, because I know you're double clued up with it. Everything about that game. Go on, Mark.
Yeah, look, we can talk about, December looks okay on paper and all of that stuff. But, I mean, if you go one day back, it's when we drew with 10-man Chelsea. You go a couple of weeks before that is when we drew with Sunderland. The performances aren't. I saw a gal put up something that City. Our form is more sustainable than City and Villa. And what planet does City, who have 4 or 5 of their attacking players having the season of their lives, players being rotated, hardly any injuries, a manager who's been over the line, money to spend in January? How is that not sustainable compared to living off own goals? You take away the own goals, we lose to Wolves, we go out of the cup, and we draw with Brighton. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh, but we're forcing them into own goals. We're forcing. You can dress it up all you want. The fact that there's fans out there having to dress it up is beyond belief. And I was on to, I think all of you at some point about, and DJB touched on it with Saka trying to outrun Lewis Dunk. If that's not a worry for people, they live in a dreamland. If they can see Saka and he had to run on Dunk. Let's remember that Dunk had to turn. So Saka was in motion, moving that way. Dunk had his back had to turn from a standing position, and Saka couldn't shake him off. That's Lewis Dunk. This isn't, Kyle Walker or this is Lewis Dunk. If people can't see that he's lost that burst of pace, then I don't know what to say to them. You add to that the fact that he's getting greedy now because the pressure's got to him. You add to the fact, and I know we'll be touching on it, that Gyökeres can't buy a pass. And the Odegaard thing, he played well, right? But he was the best of a bad lot. And as Suj said in my chat this morning, do it against Villa, mate, when we need you. Do it against Villa. One good game. And you have Canton saying masterclass, right? And you know what? Takes the shine off his performance for me? He's our captain. When we go 2-1 and the players start running into the corner, he should be going, what are you doing? We need to finish them off. Now, this is the manager's instructions, but he needs to take control. You need to take control on the pitch. That's what a captain does. Takes control on the pitch and says, don't listen to him. We need to go get a third. Because I'm so sick and tired of people bigging everything up like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened when we get one result, or when Madueke scores a goal and he's the best winger in the world. But then when he gets dropped, they don't talk about it. It's insanity. And if we go to play against Villa like we have played pick any of the games this month and play like that, they'll beat us. Like the man, the Millet was in my chat this morning saying Villa are 7-1. That's insane to me. They're the informed team. They rested their players for Chelsea. They made 3 changes for Chelsea. They made 3 changes away to Chelsea. One of them was their only striker. He put Watkins on the bench. He put Onana on the bench. He's changing big players for a game away to Chelsea. We're playing injured players at home to Palace. And another thing I'm sick and tired of is people saying, what was he meant to do? He had to play injured Timber against Palace. He had no other options, right? Well, answer me this then. Calafiori got injured a day before the match in training, and he still picked him. He had another option. He had Lewis Skelly. So it doesn't matter if he has an option. He will still pick the injured player. So I don't want to hear it anymore. He admitted Calafiori got injured in training. He had Lewis Skelly. He still picked Calafiori, then made him warm up, then did him in. And how do you injure a hamstring in warming up, man? There's only one way. You had it going into the warm up. And when we were live with Rashid at the time, and it came out that he's come out of the warm up, I said no, he was injured before it. He was injured before that because there's no way he got injured in the warm up. So people can defend him all they want. He's come out today, or well, it was yesterday, I think, and he said, "Oh, guys, you know the board know, you know what to do with players and about signings and stuff like that." He's doing what he did last year. He's putting it out there that he is slyly that he wants players. So then when he doesn't get them and he fails at the end of the season, all of the Christians and all of these guys will go on panels and go, "What do you want from him? He told the board he needed players and they didn't back him because he's a scumbag and he's covering for himself." I've been saying it for the last, I don't know how long, but I've been really doubling down on it. January is going to expose this guy. He'll be exposed come the end of January. Trust me on it. We won't have a defender left. We won't have a defender left come the end of January. And the ones that are playing will be playing through severe injury. There's talk of him rushing Ben White back. Gabriel was rushed back for that game to go on the bench so he can come off. He was coming off at some point, regardless of the score. So then it doesn't look like he rushed him back for the Villa game. Because if he had to come back for the Villa game to go, "Oh, God, it's a big game," he's rushed him back. He rushed him back for the game before. He was given 10 weeks recovery time. He's back 6 weeks early. 6 weeks early. It's a madness. It's a madness that he is doing this to these guys and getting away with it. So my point is that regardless of what we do against Villa, even if we beat them, come the end of January, City will be ahead of us. We'll most likely be out of the League Cup. And people can call me negative. They can call me whatever the fuck they want. If you think that what we are doing right now is sustainable, just think now that Havertz, there's talk of Havertz being in the squad. So think about it when he has injured Havertz up front with an injured Jesus as his backup, injured Saka, who hasn't looked the same. Martinelli, who had a little flurry at the start of the season. He's been bang average ever since. Trossard's fallen off a cliff because he's not fit. Declan Rice is on the verge of dropping. We go into that midfield, into that game. It'll probably be, if Ben White is rushed back, he might be on the bench. If he can't make the bench at Timber can't, we could have Declan Rice at right back. We could have a midfield of Odegaard, Marino, and Zubamendi up against McGinn, Onana, and Tielemans, two players that will harry them to death and win the ball back. And the second they win it back, that'll be their tactic. Let them shoehorn pass. When you win it back, all three of them can play a pass, by the way, and all three of them can carry the ball too. As soon as you win it back, we will have Malin, fresh Watkins, who's got the bit between the teeth, by the way, because he just scored 2, and Morgan Rogers, if it wasn't for Calvert-Lewin, would be on for Player of the Month. Treat them with pace. Yeah. They're going to win the ball back, and they'll go. They'll play it through, over the top, and all of our hamstrings won't be able to keep up. I have such a bad feeling about tomorrow. And at the start, I was saying in my gut, I think we might get something. The only plus I can see for us is that we're at home. That's it. That's the only plus I can find, is that we're at home. With Villa, they've won 11
and
in a row.
And the home record ain't even that good, via Mifa.
Right? They've won 11 in a row, which is a 111-year record that this washed Emery has broken. It's also the last time we won 11 in a row was, guess when? Well, when Emery was in charge. That's the last time we did it, right? So he's done it with he's had to get rid of 2 lone players in Asensio and Rashford. He had to sell Ramsey. He had to sell Duran, right? But they are coming in with form, and I'll finish on this because I've been going on, but I'm just, you know where I stand.
Now you could get it out, bro.
Not only did he rest Watkins against Chelsea, what he did was he said, "I'm going to play an attacking midfielder ahead of you because you're not playing well enough," right? Mentally, he said that to him. Yeah. Watkins said, "Get me on, coach. Get me on. Right, on you go." He wins the game for them. 2 goals, right? He'd be knocking on his office door this morning going, "I need to start against Arsenal." And Emery go, "Oh boy, you are fucking starting against Arsenal. Trust me.
Don't you worry about that.
Against Arsenal. Don't you worry about that. You're starting." And they're going to start with 3 pacey players up front, all in form, and 3 midfielders who can harry, win the ball back, and play through balls. I got to say, I'm worried, man. You know what I mean? But if we pull something out of it, fine. If we don't, it'll be Bournemouth, or it'll be Liverpool, or it'll be down the line. And the second City get ahead of us, write it off, because we ain't catching them again.
Yeah. Now, and do you know what, as well, especially, we've shown absolutely no fucking history in us being able to catch these teams. We've actually significantly got worse when we've been the chaser. It's absolute fact. Big up the Suge before we bring Normski in. Big up the guy who makes bad days worse. Thank you very much. You don't want me around, I'll make your day worse. Thank you very much, Suge. The ultimate disappointment. Maybe he'll make your day worse. Sean, the legend. Of course, he saves the nice, kind words for the latter. The legend, DJB and Normski. And, of course, the chat to the right-hand side. Make sure you are hitting the likes and subscribe as well. Double big up to you, Suge. Hope you and Mrs. Suge have had an absolute belt of a Christmas, man. Always appreciate your, the following that you give all of the channels, man. It's greatly appreciated. Big up to you, as is every single one else as well. Big up to you, Normski, man.
How you doing,
What
man?
did you make of it? You've heard the guys talking. What do you sort of round this little bit up by, man?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everything that both DJB and Shane has said, absolutely echo their sentiments. And yeah,
Getting a drink.
the first half of that game, probably that was decent half for us, but second half, as usual, we see the pattern where we just totally invite pressure on. And it's a worrying pattern that, the last 4 or 5 games that we've seen, and, seeing how that game panned out again at the weekend, it's all like watching Sunderland again, watching Chelsea again. Obviously, Aston Villa, they end up beating us. If it wasn't for a world-class save by David Raya, then, you're looking at a 2-2 draw there. And there's obviously the buzzword that's going around, it's not sustainable. Whereas you've got some top fans that are saying, look, we've played 19 games or coming to 19 games, and if we've got this far, it must be sustainable. You can't look at this football and think that at some point, if you're driving your car in first gear, for a good 200 miles, at some point that gearbox is going to drop out. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to drop out. And Arteta has to get these players, playing without the handbrake on. And it is a system thing. Because when you watch these players, I think we've got to be probably the most worst and most boring team to watch in the league. I know Wolves, are the worst team right now in terms of points wise and that, but in terms of what you're seeing with your eyes and watching the football that is played, I've never seen a team that is literally just puts you to sleep because of the way they play, the way they move the ball from back to front. It's so slow. We talk about we're the only team that plays against a low block. Well, to be frankly, if you move that ball quicker, you wouldn't need to do it up against a low block, because by the time you get that ball up to their last third, they're already in position. And so now you need to try and break them down. And these guys, unfortunately, can't do it because we moved the ball too slow. I was watching Leeds yesterday, and just the way they moved the ball, literally the formation change. I keep going on about Daniel Farke again. What did he do? He said, right, this ain't working. Let's change it up. Now you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 7 goals in 6. I mean, do you know what I mean? And that's him tweaking it and saying, right, come on. He wasn't even starting. Yeah, brings him on in that second half. I'm going to go over it. It sounds like a scratch record, but we have to go back and look at these guys. Unai Emery, right, and Pep Guardiola. There's 2 teams here that you can see are playing at championship level in terms of their performance. 11 wins in a row. Yeah. For Pep, 8 wins in a row in the Premier League. All right. These guys are happy. You can see the players are looking happy. Pep's players are now, are kicking into gear. At one point, everybody's saying, no, it's not sustainable for Haaland to he's the only one that's scoring for them. Now, all of a sudden, Haaland doesn't need to score because you've got Reinders coming in and Chertsey coming in. Chertsey with 7 assists. Foden, he's the second highest goal scorer for City. And he's got more goals than our top goal scorer, which is Gokris. And I know we are going to come to Gokris, so I'm not going to get on to him at the moment. As you can see from behind me, please pass me the ball. I mean, it's a massive conspiracy what's going on. But this guy doesn't get service. But coming back to the game, if it wasn't, as I said, if it wasn't for that David Raya goal save, bruv, it would have been 2-2. Declan Rice playing in that right, but you could see that he was inverting a lot, and he was everywhere on that pitch. And as I said, he at some point will go down, because I saw him in the 80+ minute making a lung-busting run. And listen, you know, they Brighton had fresh players on, and he's putting the afterburners. I said, how's this guy doing it? You know, I mean, he's like a machine, but unfortunately, like, that's our Arteta season. We're saying, yes, he's like a machine and he's fantastic for us, but you take him out of the equation, we will fall. He's the glue right now. He's the only
machines can still break down, Norms. If you don't
exactly, yeah, it's going to break down. So for me, you want to make sure
especially
you maintain
overwork
it.
Machines.
Yeah, you want to maintain it, because at some point, you know, them cogs, it's gonna come to a halt. Yeah, and it's either it's gonna be his hamstring, his ankles, whatever it is. Yeah, it's gonna go right. And what is happening is that Arteta is panicking now, because as you rightly said, Shane, he's rushing back players. He's rushing back players. How is it that Calafiori is getting injured in the warm up? How? What is he doing? He's not doing sprints. They just
Norms, just quickly to add that, how many warm-up injuries rather have we had this year?
Because they're going in injured, you see, Aaron. We're just not hearing
about
it. He let it slip. He let it slip about
this.
Calafiori. It happened the day before.
Right.
You've never heard anything like it. We've had about 4 or 5 of them. Oh, he was injured in the warm-up. No, we bloody weren't.
Yeah, I mean, what has Donny Madueke got to do? He's had 0 minutes since scoring against Bruges. 0 minutes in
outside the box, Norms. He's getting punished.
Oh, well, you see what I'm saying? Saka, you know what I mean? Everybody's talking about this guy's world class. Unfortunately, I ain't seen world class from this guy. Yeah. His legs are gone. His legs is gone, and that's because of the hamstring thing. Plus, there's a little bit of selfishness coming into that. Again, we will come on to that regarding him and his combination play with Gyökeres. He's rushed back Gabriel. Why did you have to bring Gabriel on? Why did you bring Gabriel Magalhaes on? Why? Yeah, I just don't get it. You know what I mean? And this is again, Shane, I'm sure you work for Arsenal, because last week you said it. You said that Gabriel will come on for the last 20 minutes. Go and look what time he came on. He came on, right? Sorry, you were slightly out. Sorry, Shane, you were slightly out by 1 minute. You was 19 minutes, yeah. He came on in the 71st minute.
sorry. You count injury time as well, Norm, so it was over 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He's a fraud for getting it 2 minutes out. Fraud.
Yeah, sack him.
Do you know what? If Brighton hadn't scored, he might have done it differently. Yeah, but it's just to make it look like he didn't rush him back for Villa. That's all it is.
And this is what it is. So
you
know for a fact that he's starting against Villa. Him, Saliba. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And look, there's
Jesus will start as well. I won't be surprised if Jesus doesn't start tomorrow.
Oh, he will, yeah.
This is not the first time he's done it either with Gabriel. You sit there and you think about it. When he got his first major injury for Arsenal last year, the grade 3,
90
he had
minutes pre-season.
Absolutely no pre-season apart from a couple of minutes.
90
minutes in pre-season, and that's it. He played every single game.
Games in a row.
And now he's been rushed back 60% quicker than the allotted time given.
After being rushed back the first time, to the point where he broke down again, he's now rushed him back, and he'll do it to him again.
But the problem
is not the only case of a player.
It's disgusting at this point.
This is because, though, it's all because he can't coach his way out of it. It's panic settings. He can't coach his way out of it. No. He's got
That's what it is.
He can't wait to set up how he always sets up last season and the season before. He's already waited numerous of times. He can't wait for Havertz to come back, because right now Gyökeres is his headache. It's his headache.
Yep.
He can't cope with it. He's not able to cope with the way the team's playing. That's why he wants Havertz back, because then he can go, right, I can now start playing where I played last season and the season before. Not one as fuck all, by the way, by playing like that. But he will feel better for it. Right now, that's why when a team scores and they're on top for 5-10 minutes, it's like, quick, right, get a defender on, get this one on.
Yeah.
He's forward, he's trainer thinking is always, how do I not lose this game, rather than how do I go and win it? Right?
Yeah.
And this is what Gareth Southgate was like. This is why I call him the Spanish Gareth Southgate, because his first train of thought is, how do I not lose this game?
Not unsuccessful,
not looking at the bench and thinking, hang on a minute, I can go and batter this Brighton team. I've got Eze on the bench. I've got Wanyer on the bench. I've
Yeah.
got this one. I can play Odegaard and I can put Eze in the 10. I can play Odegaard in the 8. I don't need Marino in midfield because he's a waste of fucking time anyway.
Yeah, that's it though. Sorry, DJ. I don't mean to go to coach you, but if that's Guardiola, Emery, Howe, any of these managers, when Brighton score, he takes off either Marino or Zubamendi and he brings on Eze and he goes to make it 3-1.
Yeah. So he could have done 101 different things the other night.
He could, but
he could have done it. He could have done it when we were 2-0 up and gone for the 3rd and the 4th and put the game to bed. What does he do? He goes defensive.
Shits the bed.
You see, when Brighton got that goal back, goal back, you see him standing there thinking, what do I do? It's literally what do I do now?
He ain't got a clue.
I'm nearly sure he worded, what do I do at one point.
He's doing it all the time. And then he brings on, he takes Trossard, he brings on Martinelli. And the reason why he bought on Martinelli was to put a bit of pace up front because he was hoping to get a breakaway or a long ball or something like that. Well, that weren't going to work because there was no one creative in midfield to do that.
Eze's the one that plays him through.
Yeah. So now what we're doing, we're reverting back to how we've been playing last season and the season before. And now he's panicking even more because he knows he's got to try and win the Premier League. He's got to win the Champions League to try and save his job, hopefully, if the board is still on board with it, right? So now what he's doing, he's overthinking. He's not thinking logically. He's doing all sorts of madness. He's like
he never has
playing that one. He never has, exactly.
Yeah. But he hasn't. But guys, he hasn't got the experience of the likes of of these other managers that have been managing a lot longer than him. Do you know what I mean? He's literally winging it. That's what he's doing. He's winging it.
But he's still winging it, Norms. I know
that's what I'm saying. He's winging it.
Madness.
Day one. He's been winging it since day one. This is the problem. He's been winging it since day one. He's had no managerial experience whatsoever. And I said this as well, right, before Shane comes in. I said the next chapter of his managerial career is how does he handle a squad of players with all these players? How does he handle making sure that they're all on form, they're all happy, they're all getting game time? Oh, we've got Eze now. We've got Gyökeres. We've got Zubamendi. We've got Norgard. We've got this one, that one, that one. I went, that's all right, but you're giving it to Arteta that's never experienced of having a big squad. This is all new to him. And now we're finding that out. He don't know what to do with Eze.
But
so
it should be easier, no?
Should be easier. Any manager with any clue would find it easy. He hasn't got a clue what to do with Gyökeres. He hasn't got a clue what to do with Eze. So what does he do? He sticks Martinelli on there because he knows what Martinelli can do.
He bins him.
Fuck all, but that's all he can do. Yeah? He sticks with Saka. Saka the other night, apart from setting up Gyökeres, he done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Right? He's dropping stinkers left, right and centre. Whether these people in the chat or whoever's watching this disagree, I don't care. Kenny said it on Lee's show the other day. This team is built around Saka. This team, the way we play, is reliant on Saka winning a major trophy. It's all built around Saka. When Matty showed us the passing and all of that, everything is Saka. It's all out on the right. Yeah. Well, that's fine if you've got a Saka that's gone up levels and scoring 10, 15 goals every season, where he should be, by the way, by now. If he's world class, that's the sort of output you should be getting from.
Yeah.
Right? But you're not. Saka just looks a very good player when he wants to be. That's it. He don't look anything special now.
I said this in the ground, D. He after that injury, he will never be world class. No, I think he'll always be a good player, a very good player, maybe, arguably. He'll never get to world class now.
He's frightened to make the change. Any other manager would go, right, I'm taking Saka off, I'm putting Madueke on. He's full of confidence. He scored 2 good goals against Bruges. I'm getting Madueke on and taking Saka off. He doesn't do that because he's frightened of making that adjustment, because if it falls flat on his face, he don't want to take the can for it.
So he's not confident in himself. That's the thing.
He's just hoping he gets through on his plan A.
Yeah,
And
that's what it is. That's what it is.
Sorry, Noms. Sorry,
Yeah,
Noms.
sorry. No, that's what it is. You're exactly right. He's just hoping that things are fall in place. And if it falls in place, once it works all out, he takes all the plaudits. When in fact he's not actually coaching that. He's not actually changing up tactics or doing anything like that to change the game up.
Yeah.
You could have kept Gokeres on and brought on Jesus. Literally everything's just like for like. Take Gokeres, put thingy on. Oh, he comes up. He didn't even have a shot. I didn't think Jesus did anything when he come up apart from all that. But he keeps everything together. He glues everything. He makes everything fluid. Well, if he makes everything fluid, how about going forward and scoring a goal?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How about going forward and scoring a goal? I just don't get it.
Norms, is it not worrying? Just quickly, D. Norms, is it not worrying that in season 7, 4 years after we signed one of them, 3 years after we signed the other, we finally sign a striker, and all we're doing is praying that that fucking Havertz and Jesus come back. We're not obviously doing that, but how mad is that? That people are reverting back to that. I can't wait till Havertz is back.
We've gone back to square one where we've come back.
Look at it.
We're literally going to have once they come back, we'll have exactly the same side.
Yeah.
Exactly the same
but
side.
look at it last season, right? What were they all saying? Oh, the missing piece. You get this is what we were getting last season. The amount of chances this team creates. All we need is a number 9. That's the only missing piece we need. Okay, Berta's gone. Here's your number 9, proven goal scorer.
Yeah.
Apart from Haaland, he's the next cab on the rank, right? There you go. What's he done to him? He didn't want Gokeres, so he's absolutely crucified him.
Yeah.
Okay. If he don't know how to break a low block down, we don't know how to break low blocks down. Okay, there's Eze. There's your answer. There's your creativity. Now you've got Odegaard and
puts him out on the left.
Right? Now you've got Odegaard and Eze. First of all, he puts him out on the left and makes him a wing back. Eze's thinking, what the fuck am I doing here? Right? Then he scores a hat-trick against Tottenham. Everyone waxing lyricals over him. The geezer can't even touch grass. He can't even get on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, make it make sense. I can't get my head around it. We're banging on about £1 billion squad and it's the best squad in Europe, and he don't fucking use half of them. They're all on the bench.
Yeah.
That's honestly just absolutely rinses.
How are we all seeing it, and yet no one can fucking see it?
They don't want to, though, DJ. They don't want to. Because what Aaron and Norms touched on, I was saying it this morning, and I got wound up because I was saying it's what they said. How can we be meant to sit here and listen to these idiots saying that, it'll be okay once Havertz and Jesus get back? Like Aaron said, not only were they not good enough in the previous years, they're now smashed up with bad knees and hamstrings, and so they're going to be worse than they were.
Yeah,
and they're going to say, "I don't understand how."
Don't the hamstrings grow back stronger though?
They do. Apparently, great they do, but the thing is, there's no logic to it whatsoever. There's not even a shred of logic. It's all feelings and emotions, and look at they fell for that video that came out of them in training. And the cameramen had to have been on the training pitch because they're right beside the players when Havertz suddenly shows up and they all go, "Hey, Kai," and they're all patting him on the back. And all of these guys eat it up. And they go, "Oh, yeah, look at that family." No, hang on. I had to get the cameraman and say, "Get on the pitch because he's coming out soon because I want a film of us all patting him on the back." This isn't real. It's like David and Victoria Beckham when they get snapped on the beach and they're not meant to. Yeah, they're telling the photographer where they are, or it's the failed musician whose new album's coming out, so he has to check into the Priory and get caught on camera the day before it comes out. It's all set up, and they all eat it up, man. That's the problem. And if we're having to do things like this, then something's not right. How are we dependent on these two players? And big up to Suge, he always puts up the stats of the goals they've got and things like that. It's absolutely terrible. Like, it's nothing. They don't add anything to the team. And like DJB said, we were told all through the summer, once he gets his striker, let him get his striker. Look at the chances. Christian was always banging on about it. I don't rate Havertz. If we had a striker that could get... He was on Sky Sports saying, "Oh, yeah, we'll be all right once Havertz comes back." The guy that was saying that Havertz is shit was on Sky Sports saying we'll be all right when we get Havertz back.
But this is it.
World
no accountability for them.
This is it. This is it, though, Shane. Because the manager reverts back to his plan A, because
So
the
they have
manager
to.
reverts back to what he knows. They are
So
all
they do.
reverting back to what they
They
know.
preempt it.
It's like a hive mind, isn't it?
They're not
Yeah,
broad.
It's like a hive mind. As soon
How?
as
Yeah.
I'll take as the queen fucking bee, isn't he? And
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
else just
How
follows.
on earth?
He
have
wiggles-
you
he
got
wiggles
all
his,
this
he
talent?
wiggles his bum, puts out a special like
yeah.
you know they do that
It's
thing.
his
when they
Lego,
wiggle
his
their
Lego
bum
hair
around.
moves like that.
Let me tell you who we had on the bench in our attacking lineup. We had Eze, Wanyeri, and Madueke.
Mm-hmm. Three
Who
game
does
changers.
he bring on? Jesus and fucking Martinelli.
Yeah.
2 washed up players that ain't got us over the line in previous seasons.
Yeah, not even come
Make it
close.
make sense. I can't. 50
And do you know what the
years
ironic thing is?
team,
To
and it
show
doesn't
that he
make
never
sense.
learns. Do you know what it is to show that he never learns? When we blew the league in 22 or 23, 24, it was because he shoehorned Jesus back in at home to Villa. And he's going to do it tomorrow. He's going to shoehorn Jesus back in at home to Villa.
Oh, he'll
The thing
put
that blew the
Jesus back
league
in.
before. But it blew the
And I'll
league 2
tell
years
you,
ago.
Shane, and we've said this.
Little bit of history repeating.
Once Jesus is up and running and he gets a start and Havertz is back fully
Yeah,
fit,
third choice.
right?
Third choice.
It will be Havertz start. After 55, 60 minutes, he'll take off Havertz and bring on Jesus. And Gorka will be doing this. And I've said this before Nortsky and all that comes in. There's a training ground bust up waiting to happen. Because Gorka, he says he don't want players with attitude. Watch this fella, mate, because you can see it. He's absolutely frustrated to hell. It's going to kick off on the training ground, and he won't even be anywhere near this football club. He'll do exactly what he done to Aubameyang.
You was at the game, guys. You was at the game, and there was a pass. There should have been a pass that Saka should have made to him, and he's like, what are you doing? Like,
furious.
You know, just little things like it's.
Saka was very dismissive as well.
When he went down when he got injured, right, and he went down after the goalkeeper clattered him, right. Yeah. He was in. Look at his body language when he gets up off the floor. It's as if like he's thinking, "What the? Why am I getting smashed to pieces for this fucking shit for? Why am I out here? Why am I risking getting smashed to pieces and running my arse off for this? Why am I here? He's all wrong. He's lacking in confidence. His body language is wrong.
And the chance he got early on, if he had confidence, he just thinks that
personally, I just don't. I think he's picked the wrong club. I just think he's picked the wrong club. 100%. And whilst he's under this manager at this football club, and I said this before on streams in the summer, he's going to look bang average. He's going to look like someone that we've just wrecked off of the Sunday morning football team. He's looking like Franny Dreffers and he's Lee Chapman all over again. That's how bad he's looking.
You called it early, DJ, but you did call
That's
it early.
how bad he's looking.
He has got to take it. I called him to the geezer next to me, the trampoline. Every time something comes into him, it just fucking bounces twice as far away.
That's not his game. That's not his game, though, Aaron. That's not his game.
Oh no, yeah. What is not his game? Having a half decent first touch. I mean,
it's not though. Funnily enough, it's not. He just needs to be played in. He needs to be played through. That's it. That's his. I said it when we got him.
I totally get that.
No, I mean he does.
He's got to be better. He has got
to be better. Of course he has. But what's the point? There's no point. If you have a forward who's only good at 3 things, but the 3 things he's good at, he's exceptional at, you just play to his strengths. He's not. You know what I mean? There's no point. It's like saying, oh, like why isn't Havertz being played through more? It's no point. You know what I mean? Or why aren't we crossing the ball into Bergkamp or to
I get that. Home? But he also doesn't help himself out when he's been massively limited. I agree with everything you guys are saying in terms of the system is absolutely wrong. Everything's wrong. But when he does get the chance like that, I know it's easy to say he ain't got the confidence, which is also right. I totally agree with that. But for a 240k a week striker or whatever he's on, for a geezer that's been bought big bucks, for a number 9 that's bought in to save, I'm sorry, you've got to put that in. And if that was the first chance that he'd missed, in the very few chances that he's received, I'd go, do you know what? Look, he's actually not really had much of a chance or much of a look in. Every other time he's put the ball in the back of net. But he's been given sparing amount of chances and he wastes a lot of them. And that isn't good enough.
Aaron, do you think he wastes more chances than he actually gets chances?
No.
I actually do. You know, he hasn't scored that many goals. And I sit there and I
Not
think
clear
about the
cut,
yeah.
chances, some of them
Like,
that he's
I can't
had.
see
He's
that one he
spurned
missed.
it.
That one he missed against
the thing is,
Brighton
we
was
might,
one
we,
of the
When you
first
look
team.
at him, though, when you look
If
at him,
Haaland, just quickly, sorry, D. If Haaland gets that opportunity 2 minutes in, Manchester
Haaland's
City
different
coast
class,
that
though. He's
game
different
4 or
class.
5.
He's
I
different
know
class.
it is, but it shouldn't be that much of a different class.
okay,
Granted,
but you know what,
Haaland,
though, Aaron, though, we
but
look
if
at-
Gyökeres is
however, for me,
If
I just
Gyökeres is
think
being getting
he's got to be
6, 7
putting
of those
that
chances,
away.
if he's getting 6, 7 of those chances a game, though, the way Haaland does, he puts that away. Gyökeres does, because he just, by the time he gets a chance, it's been so long and he's snatching at it. If he's on a run of games scoring, if he's getting chances and he's scoring and his confidence is up, he just thinks that over the keeper without thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just for me. That's
I
how I feel. Any forward.
I appreciate that, but also some of it's got to be on him. He's got to.
Oh yeah,
get
there's a
himself
massive
out
amount
that
of
rut,
it.
hasn't he?
There's a massive
He's got
amount
to
on
get
him, but we're
himself
not
out
playing
that
to
rut.
his
He's got
strengths.
to dink the geezer. Oh, granted. Oh, I totally 100% agree with all of that. All I'm simply saying is he's got to take some accountability for the opportunities
does,
that he
yeah,
has
100%
got,
he does.
albeit few and far between. I get that
Yeah,
as
he
well.
does, yeah.
You know, you're sort of looking at that player. And last season, if Havertz would have missed that, if Gabriel Jesus would have missed that the season before, we would have all been ripping him to
I did
absolute
rip
shreds.
into him at the time.
Oh,
I
100.
ripped into him
Oh,
at the time,
I know. I'm literally. There's no argument here. All I'm sort of saying is that he's got to be accountable for them opportunities. You know, it's almost like, you know, when a young player comes in the squad and you sit and think, do you know what? It's hard to break into the first team, but you've got to take your opportunities. That's sort of what you say to a young player. And I know he's not a young player. I'm just using it as an example. You've got to take the opportunities when they come and get you. You've got to give the manager at least somewhat of a question mark. And for me, when he does get the little amount of chances, he doesn't do it enough for me. Gyökeres.
I think he's a confidence player as well. I very much think he's definitely a confidence player.
Massively.
Because if you look at Haaland is not technically a good footballer. Technically, he's not a good footballer.
No, is Gyökeres, to be fair.
No, I know. So what I'm basically saying is that Haaland, the opportunities that he gets, and it's kind of like a bit of, you're flipping it both ways, because the chances that Haaland gets, he will put them away, as opposed to Gyökeres at the time. And yes, we can turn and say, because he's a confidence player, because he's not really getting the chance. Sometimes he's snatching at that. And I've always said it, that it takes two to tango. So even though we're saying he's not fitting in Arteta's system and all of that, blah blah blah, he has a part to play as well. And he's got to make it work. So I'm saying try harder, keep going, because I'm not going to sort of say after 19 games or whatever, I want him out or whatever. I'm going to give him a chance. Look, Henry didn't hit the ground running. There's a lot of players that come to us that hit the ground running. So we've got to give him a chance. But I'm just saying, if you played Henry in this system under Arteta, any player that's coming in, he's killing them.
21-year-old Henry, absolutely. Henry never goes on to become the player. No way.
Isn't there a case with Gyökeres that Arsenal just might not be for him? Some players go to football teams and it just don't work out for them. It just don't work out for them. The move's all wrong, right? In this case, it's probably the way we're set up and tactically the way this manager plays him. It just might not suit him. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you buy a new car and it comes with like everything written about it, and you get in it and you're driving it, and then after about 2 or 3 months, you just think, oh, I don't like the way it handles the corners, or I don't like this, or I don't like that, and it just ain't for you, and you want to get rid of it. It could be that because Gyökeres is not technically gifted, but he needs to be in positions where he's scoring goal. He's one of them players that you just say to him, look, just get in the centre of the box, operate in the box, and just like, we'll try and find you, make the odd run, and we'll try and find you with a pass. Yeah. But we haven't got that. Zubimendi don't create enough chances. He's not creative enough.
Lane breaker.
No, he's not a line breaker. We don't run with we haven't got anyone that breaks any lines. We have Eze, but he don't play him.
No, Arteta sits him in the class and makes him write lines.
Doesn't play him. I just think Gyökeres, I was hoping that he was going to be a prolific goal scorer. I don't think it's going to happen with this manager. No. But having said that, you could give this manager Haaland and he'll find a way to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? It's like, look what he's done to Martinelli, considering what Henry got out of him.
Was he
Look at
bought
Sack.
for this manager, DJB?
Eh?
Did Berta buy him for this manager? This fucking manager.
I honestly believe that it was. He never ever wanted a striker. Full stop. He didn't want a striker. He thought that he could get by with Havertz. His ideal in his head was we scored plenty of goals last season. We'll do the same this season. Why do I need a striker? That's what he had in his head. And he thought he could go into this season with Havertz, Jesus coming back from injury, Saka, Martinelli, all of these players, and with the addition of Zubimendi and everything else, he honestly thought, to him, he didn't need a striker, right? But the pressure was on. He obviously knew that there was rumblings in the fans that we needed a goal scorer because we was creating chances and missing chances, right? So then Berta comes in and he's then got Gyökeres. But he wanted Sesko because Sesko suits his system. It's true. Sesko suited his system. He's very similar to how Kai Havertz plays. He holds the ball up. He brings players into the game. That's what he wants, like a false number 9. He's never wanted a striker. He's never wanted a striker. That's why he's binned them all. And he's not signed one since he's been at the fucking club. So now he's got one. It's challenging him. He's being challenged to how to get the best out of him. And he can't do it.
Well, we'll see what happened the last time he had a
can't do
decent striker. Aubameyang.
Yeah, he can't do it, Aaron. He can't do it. It's just not in his... He's not capable of bringing in strikers and getting the best out of strikers. No striker will bag more than 15, 20 goals under this manager. No one will. You might get the odd midfield player chip in with like 14, 15 goals if they're banging. But even that's dried up now.
Yeah, no one's got 20.
Let's be fair. If it weren't for own goals and set pieces, we wouldn't be top of the league. Let's be honest.
We wouldn't be close. Wouldn't even be close.
Let's be honest. And that is bad. You spent £1 billion on a football team. You've got all that quality on the bench. And if it wasn't for own goals and set pieces, we wouldn't be top of the league. That tells you everything you need to know about strikers at this football club. It's ridiculous.
Would you make a Gyökeres, Shane? So no, we have not a slightly different opinion.
No.
I just think he's got to have a bit more maybe accountability.
Yeah, no, look, with the Gyökeres thing, me and DJB said at the time he'd be lucky to get 15, and that's if he takes penalties. We said that in the summer, and I got told, no, his tactics will be changed for him. I knew he'd struggle. My thing was, and I was thinking about it today, and I said it this morning, I remember saying at the time, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was along the lines of, I want Eze and Gyökeres because they will show up this manager, and then when a new manager comes in, he'll have 2 players to build a team around, right? That was my thing, right? Yeah, and if it works, it works. Even better, it works. Great, we win something this season. But that was, for me, it was win-win, right? But as much as I knew he wouldn't be able to get a song out of Gyökeres, I didn't know he'd do this to him. Like this is like the Liverpool fall off. This is like, right, I didn't think they'd win the league, but fuck me, I didn't think this would happen, right? But the thing is, I said it as well at the time that Gyökeres, there's so many things that he is not even close to being good at, right? He's just not. But the same with Haaland, right? Now, I don't like comparing him because Haaland's just a different breed to any other striker in the world right now. And I include Mbappe in that when it comes to just being a 9. Mbappe sort of drops off a bit, shadow striker sort of thing, or whatever way you want to put it. Mbappe's class as well. But my thing with Gyökeres is that he's only got 2 or 3 strengths. I mean, I said at the time, people gas, and I said, no, but the 2 or 3 strengths he has, he's one of the best in the world at, on each of them. You know, playing off the shoulder, being played through. And yeah, he has to improve what he's doing, but he's got to be thinking, why have I been pushed for this move, brought in, the big star, all the fucking pictures of me everywhere, all of this, and I'm being asked to do stuff that I'm not good at. What is the point of being asked to do stuff that I'm not good at? I never thought he was going to be a world beater. I thought with a proper manager, he could get 20-odd goals in the league, which would be huge, especially nowadays. But with him, yeah, no, the stuff he's not good at, he definitely needs to improve. But I'd say he's not 20. You know what I mean? He's 27, 28 years old. You're not going to change him now. Why sign a 27, 28-year-old to start trying to morph him into something else? I don't understand it. And even if you didn't want him, even if you're Arteta and you didn't want him, you've got him now. and he gets you goals. Go against your stubborn beliefs and best out of them. Goals win games. The most important. Roy Keane always says it. There's a reason why strikers get paid more than anyone else. It's the hardest thing to do. So you build your team around the guy that can
coach
do
him. Use your skills to coach him.
You don't have to you don't have to rip up the rule book and change the system. You just have to say, okay, maybe sometimes I will put same-footed wingers just to get the ball in earlier to him. Maybe I will play 2 10s and try and feed him through. Sometimes just to see what happens. You know what I mean? So for me, with Gyökeres, he definitely needs to do more. He definitely is not the player that people thought he was. We never said he was. Not one of us here said that he was going to come in and rip the Premier League up. We all wanted him, but we never said he was going to rip the Premier League up. But to me, he's not been played. And people saying like that he turns and stuff like that slowly. Yeah, with the ball he does. But at Sporting, he didn't turn with the ball. It was played through for him, and he spun the defender and ran into space. Oh, but we played low blocks. So what? Low blocks are played against City. How many times do you see Haaland playing through? Because when they do let the other team come out with it and they win the ball back, they move it quickly. 1-2 passes and he's through. We bring it forward and Odegaard spins back around and he doesn't release the ball and all of those footage coming out of him not playing the ball. And like I said, if Gyökeres is one of those players that once he starts scoring, he keeps going and more and more, and then he doesn't. If he overthinks it, he's in trouble. He's a forward that he's not as instinctive as a Haaland. He's not as instinctive as an Alan Shearer or an Ian Wright. He needs to be going and scoring and scoring. You can see it through his career at Coventry. He always goes through bursts. You know what I mean? He just had a longer burst at Sporting. So if he gets that ball through that we saw against Brighton, he didn't know what to do. But if he's already in scoring form, he just takes a touch and smashes it, or he rounds the keeper, or he chips the keeper. You know what I mean? So for me, with Gyökeres, no, he hasn't done near enough. But I just don't get what is the point in buying a Lamborghini and driving it like it's a Mini Cooper. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. And he was never going to be good at the other stuff. Never going to be good at it. So just play to his strength. So yeah, there's a bit of blame to go to him, but I still pump a lot and most of it, 80-20 on this manager. Because what is the point in trying to make someone who can't do something do it? It just doesn't make any sense to me. What about Jesus when he plays him? He doesn't make him play like a 9. He lets him play his natural game when he plays him there. Havertz, he tweaks it. He lets him play his natural game. We saw it with Eze when he bollocked him for not hugging a touchline. The very next game, he started Trossard, and I can tell you that he told him to go drifting. Just to prove a point that, no, look, I'm the manager, I'll let him go. That the very next game, Trossard was all over anywhere but the left wing, and he started out the left wing. So, he'll let other players adjust their game. He's like a baby. He is like a spoiled child. And he didn't want this, so he's going to ruin it, and he's going to let everybody know about it. And it's going to blow up in his face. It's all going to blow up in his face. As I said, January is the month of reckoning. He's going to be found out in January.
I'll tell you another thing as well, why it's not working out for Gyökeres. If you look at his other team, they played with pace. They got the ball from into transition very, very quickly. We don't do that. We rely on retaining the ball and retaining possession. We slow the game down. So when Gyökeres is making runs and he's making runs, the tempo's too slow. By that time, everyone's in position, and that's not Gyökeres' game.
When he's making that run and Odegaard receives the ball, he's turning round.
We do it all the time. We do it all the time. The amount you was there the other night, right? And even David Raya now, he does him stupid little rollbacks.
Yeah,
he puts his foot on the ball and rolls it, and I'm going, what are you doing?
Just play the ball.
Brighton are still running towards their goal. Get the fucking.
It's like he picks the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He picks the ball up.
Get the play going. Move the ball. It's too languid. And I'll just finish on this. If you look at all the great strikers that have scored goals at Arsenal, the one thing that we have always had is the likes of Rocastle, Paul Mersons, and all of that in midfield. Players that get the ball and their first train of thought is, how do I get forward? Can I run with this ball? Can I run into space? Can I pass the ball forward? That is their first train of thought, right?
Yeah.
A bit like what Morgan Rogers does at Aston Villa, right? With our midfield players, that ain't in their thinking. Their thinking is hold the ball, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, 5 touch.
And everybody's static.
Sideways.
When they receive the ball, everybody's static.
Sideways.
Yeah.
The way
the only one that The only one that actually does it, boys, is Declan Rice, and that ain't even his natural game.
It's not his natural game.
Yeah.
And if you look at the
You're
way
right.
we play, it's very languid, it's very slow. It gives the opposition the chance to get into position. All right. And this is what I'm trying to say. So strikers like Gorka playing for Arsenal in that system, he's not going to be able to adapt, and it's going to make him look crap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I think he's brilliant anyway, but what I'm saying is it's going to make him look even worse because we don't get the ball moving quick enough. We don't break the lines quick enough. And bottom line, when you've got Zubimendi in midfield and Marino in midfield, they're not Paul Merson or David Rocastle. So
it's
forget
finished.
about it.
Do you know what as well we say about the tactical side of it, and this system doesn't work for Gyökeres? This manager hasn't got the tactical nous to change it for him in the first place.
And he hasn't got the tactical nous to change it. But what he has got at his disposal, he's got Eze and the likes of Wanyer. Can you imagine if Wanyer had have had a good run in this team, how good he'd be now?
Yeah.
Right? So he has got creativity. He's just frightened to fucking use it.
Apparently the new narrative now with Positive Dan and all is that Wanyer was never that good.
All right.
So that's why he's getting
No, he was only good when he dug the manager out the crap last season when everyone was injured.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, now he's not that good.
Fine. Now he's not that
Apparently
good.
so, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Well,
If he ain't that good, how
from?
bad is Eze?
Fair weather fans. That's what it is. It's fair weather fans.
Yeah.
They just go with what's the name. You know what I mean?
Protect the manager, whatever protects the manager.
If Wanyer ain't that good, what's Eze then? Because Wanyer and Eze are in the same position, benched.
So you're willing to protect this manager that bad? So you're willing to protect the manager that bad, Shane, that you sell one of the most talented academy products to come out in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Wow.
That's what they do. That's what they're talking about. They, rather than saying,
first I've heard it.
this
That's
guy
mad.
Someone put it in the chat earlier that's what he's doing. That's what Positive Dan's doing now.
Save the kid's career. I've said that.
Yeah, that's it. The reason why we say get out. The reason why we say to him get out is to save his career.
For him.
For his sake.
Ethan Smith Rowe, I've been saying it all the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
that's ridiculous.
Sold
they were piling on Eze's form when Odegaard was getting back from injury. I saw a lot of Eze hasn't been that good, and Eze, he got a hat trick, and because they always say they baby proof for this manager fucking up. That's what they do. So they're going right. But deep down, I know he's going to play Odegaard, so I'll do that. It's just like they came out with the heat maps when they knew they'd play him out of position.
Yeah, but Shane, how can you have all that talent in your football team and not get the best out of them? How can you have someone that has single-handedly turned Palace into a top 6, 7 team, won an FA Cup, comes to Arsenal and can't get a game? How can you have a striker that's been scoring goals for fun in Europe, comes to Arsenal,
it's a different level with Arsenal,
one of the worst players that we've ever seen? How does that happen?
We're not held to the same standards. It's ridiculous.
No, tactically, he's just not up there at all.
I've been taken a little bit aback with that. I can't believe that's the thing now. Honestly, I cannot believe that.
And I did hear someone else say it as well. Someone sent me a X or something like that, where someone had said it. But there's all saying in the chat that he said it as well. It was only a matter of time. They always do. There's talk of him leaving, so it's all he was shit anyway. They'll say Semenyo will be watched now. Well, you watch. Semenyo was never it when City signed him. Was never it. He was the missing piece a month ago. But now they're like children. They are the most embarrassing fan base on the planet. Like I am just embarrassed.
To have another penny spent on this football club until the next lot of money I want to see come into this football club is when this manager's gone. I don't want to see any more players coming to this football club, so this manager can absolutely turn into trash and then blame everyone else.
Well, do you know what? We're going to talk about that next. But first, just before we do, big up to JCG. Big up to you, brother. Hope your Christmas was good, mate. Yeah, big up. He's always supporting all the channels, man. Big up to JCG. 100%. Big up to Aaron, DJB, Nomsky, Shane. Said on DJB's show yesterday, Havertz and Jesus' strengths, in his opinion, is linking play for Saka. But what about scoring? That's it. He don't score. And this is what I don't understand about everyone now. Can't wait for Havertz to come back. Everyone can't wait for Jesus to come back. We've got 4 years of proof that show that they don't do nothing. They don't cut the mustard. Why are we waiting for what we know doesn't fucking work to come back? Protecting the manager. It's an absolute shambles. But big up to you, mate. Big up the Suge. World-class squad. A midfield of Sociedad 3. Only Mikel Arteta would try and replicate a midfield from Real Sociedad. If he's going to pick anyone in Spain, he picks fucking Sociedad. Ridiculous. That says everything you need to know. 2 number 9s who are City and Chelsea rejects, who has a total of 117 goals in over 400 games. Bruv, Suge, my favourite bit there, Sociedad. Only Mikel Arteta. Only Mikel Arteta. Mikel Merino, what a shower of shit. Martin Odegaard, what a shower of shit. Zubamendi, what a shower. It's like he's obsessed with Martins and Mikels. It's absolute fucking embarrassing. They play more like fucking Martin Clunes than anything like that. It's an absolute embarrassment, honestly. But big up to you, man. And I wanted to talk about the transfer window because apparently we are going to be busy, guys. We will be actively looking to strengthen the squad in January, depending on the availability of certain players, which we know is going to be fucking limited because you've destroyed them all. The window is there. I mean, we're Arsenal and we have to be looking at it. Our job is to be very prepared because something can happen. Now we need to go back into the transfer market, Shane. Would you give him any money? I know your answer.
No, and not out of spite, not out of he's been given enough. If we were 9 points clear or something, then maybe I would. I go, okay, if the players hadn't all been ruined, then maybe I would. But we know how long it takes him to integrate players. And that's the rare time they work out. 1 in 5 maybe work out, and that's being generous. So what's the odds of it? What, a 20% chance, 15% chance maybe of the player working out? It doesn't matter who he gets. And it's irresponsible. PSR, all of that. What are we going to do? Sign another 2 defenders and have like 11 defenders then when they're apparently going to be fit together? No, sorry. All he's doing is laying the groundwork. He knows he's not getting players because why would he? There's been no rumors of it. You know what I mean? Normally there's a little bit of smoke before the fire. He knows he's not getting players, so he's doing what he always does. He's laying the groundwork for if he fucks up this season. All the talk going to say, well, he asked for players and he didn't get them. That's all he's doing. That is everything there is to protect him. He's a scumbag, and I wouldn't give him any more players. And not out of I want him to fail, and I don't want him to fail. I want him to succeed, but I want him to succeed on reasonable terms. I don't want to keep bailing him out. And no matter who we sign, what are we going to pay January tax on a couple of defenders? Pay 60 million for a defender that's worth 40 that he might be able to get a song out of. It doesn't make any sense to me. Honestly, from a business point of view, it doesn't make any sense to sign more players. We don't need attacking players. We have too many of them. They're all shit, but we have a load of them. So what are we going to do? I wouldn't sign him any players. I don't think they're going to. I think this is just him laying the groundwork to protect himself and nothing more. Yeah. That's it. That's it. At the end of the day, he's just protecting himself. But I don't see us signing anyone.
Can you see any outgoing, Shane?
In
any capacity, guys? Loan?
No,
permanent?
I don't think so. No, and Wanyer be the only one, I think, going out on loan. I think that'd be it. I don't see anyone else. That'd be it. I think Wanyer on loan. You know what I mean? No one's going to come in for Jesus, and even if they did, I think he's insistent on him.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure if a bid came in somewhere, so for some reason for Jesus, Bertha would step in and say, "Look, we're getting rid of him. I need the money." But no, I think maybe Wanyer on loan. There's talk of Bournemouth, which would be good for him. But apart from that, no. I think that'll be it for us, and rightly so. We spent too much already, far too much.
Yeah. No, I'll get that point. DJB, we've heard that Mikel Arteta apparently is going to be busy in January. What do you make of that? Would you sign? You like Shane, which I actually agree on his point. You've had enough. Be a manager. You're paid 15.6 million. You're 7 seasons into it. Show your nous. You've got the squad you wanted. Or would you still go for someone?
I mean,
if
when
the right opportunity came about?
Yeah, I mean, when does it come to the point where you just stop throwing money at a problem and actually start to look at the real problem?
Yeah, the root cause.
Yeah, because it's like life, isn't it? You throw something at something, keep putting money into it, putting money into it, putting money into it, but until you remove the root cause of the problem, you're going to have the same problems time and time and time again. This manager is the problem, not the players. We said that. Any other manager would get the best out of this team. Any other manager now, me and you, Aaron, when we go to the Emirates, we're coming out of there absolutely buzzing every single game, blowing teams away. That's what we should be doing, right? So by buying more players with this football manager, you're not going to get any different. If we get Semenyo, say, on the left-hand side, he'll still play Trossard and Martinelli because it's what he knows.
Yeah.
You could bring Prime Messi into midfield. He'll still stick with Zubimendi or whatever he does. This is what he knows. He's at the stage now where it's kind of, how can I say? It's like, I'm trying to think of the word, but he's in that zone now where he's frightened to try anything different.
Factory settings, isn't it?
It is. It goes back to what he knows. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you come indoors and you put your keys in the same place all the time, and suddenly you forget to put your car keys in the same place, and you put them somewhere else, and you go, oh, "Where's my keys? Where's my keys? Fuck! I've lost my keys. Where's my keys?" We've all done it. This is this manager. Do you know what I mean? I don't think the owners, they're going to do what they've done before. They're going to say to him, "No, you've had enough. You've had enough now. You coach your way. You've got the players." I'm hoping Berta will turn around and say, "Don't give this guy any more money." I'm seeing men like Eze and all that on the bench, and I'm seeing Gorkarez look awful. Don't give this guy any more money. Let's see what he can do at the end of the season. And if we're successful, then think about it. Until then, he's got enough now. He's got more than enough to get over the line with his football team.
And do you know what as well? From our perspective, or definitely at least from mine, if over the last 7 seasons that he's been here, he wasn't backed, or at least sufficiently backed, I'll probably have a slightly different outlook on him. I'll go, do you know what?
100%.
You haven't really been backed, mate. And you've got
100%.
to second, and you've been given absolutely fuck all.
100%.
Whilst that ain't what I want still, you'll go, fair enough. But he's got his own way in everything, isn't he, D?
Yeah, but if he was doing what Unai Emery's doing with Aston Villa on a shoestring, not able to sign players, selling all his best players, if he was in that situation, year in, year out, and we was coming third, second, qualifying for Champions League, qualifying for Europe, I'd be saying to him, well, he was a manager that wasn't really backed. And I'll come back to my point. He had 750 million before the start of this season that he'd spent. He should have at least won a trophy last season with the team he had.
DJB, Ejob's asking you a question here, and he's saying Arteta goes back to what he knows. Facts. Does he not know that it doesn't lead to any trophies?
No, he don't. He's that naive, Ejob. He's that honestly, he's that set in his ways. He's a manager now that is so set in his ways, and he thinks his way is the highway. He's got no idea how to change it in game. You watch the semi-final 2 legs against Chelsea. He will play exactly the same way. He'll use the same system. He'll play the same players. Chelsea won't. Chelsea will mix it up, and he won't know what to do. And on top of that, he'll have added pressure. If we go out of that Carabao Cup, that could be it for this season. Then the heads will drop on them players. He will start doing all sorts of madness, and that'll be it. I getting back to your. I don't want to see players. I don't want. He's had enough. Let's see what you can do. You coach. Yeah. You had. If I was the owners, Aaron, I'd be saying no. No way. I've spent £1 billion while you've been in charge. You go and win me a fucking trophy with these players that you've got. And if you can't do that, you're gone. That's what I'd be saying to him.
Yeah, facts. What's your opinion on it, Norms, mate?
No, I mean, listen, if this guy's meant to be the top, one of the top 10 coaches in the world, then I expect him to coach his way out of this and not spend his way out of it.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's as simple as that now, because, we've been told that we've got the best squad in Europe. We spent them, in terms of the amount of money this manager has been backed with. Yeah, Wenger can you imagine if Wenger had this kind of backing? Can you imagine if Unai Emery had this kind of backing? Look what Unai Emery is doing with Aston Villa. The PSR things that was presented before him in terms of what players he had to sell, and look what he's doing with the squad. Can you imagine the money that he has? Can you imagine if he had Gokeres now? If he could get Gokeres in his side now, brother, that guy would be scoring up the place. But no, I mean, for me, no, you coach your way out of this. Yeah, you're paid 15.6 million. Yeah, and everybody talks about you. You're a top coach, top manager. So coach your way out of it. And because all that will happen is that you'll throw more money at a situation, and we know what the problem is. We know what the root cause is, and that is Arteta. He is the common denominator with this. Because anybody that comes to these clubs, unfortunately, their career tends to go downhill. Yes, he's done well with the defenders, but any kind of attacking players, I'm sorry, he doesn't do well at all. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't do well at all. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, listen, I know at Billy Keating, you know what I mean, he seems to be calling us weirdos and saying that we're weird. And well, we might be weird, but we want to win something. So that's what it is, Billy. So if you think we're weird,
we've got one, haven't we?
Because we want to win something, then he's asking what's Emery doing. What's Emery doing? He's coaching. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he has tactics. I'll have him every day. Every day.
Dear
so,
mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert.
Oh, Bill. Sorry to cut you there, Norm.
No, that's all right.
What are we playing?
One moment, I thought I was the mutant.
Nah, not you, mate. Not you, mate.
I'm only joking.
But we are a bunch of weirdos, though, Norm.
Yeah, we're a bunch of weirdos.
Why are we a bunch of weirdos?
We're a bunch of weirdos. We're a bunch of weirdos. You have to tell us why we're a bunch of weirdos. Well, I'd like to know why.
What's
Emery
doing?
3 points off that other clown after having to sell players and spend no money.
See, this is where we're at as a fan base, right? Someone disagrees with what we're talking about, which is a lot of facts, by the way, right? And we get called weirdos. We disagree with them, and we don't call them anything.
What's
going on here?
Every morning.
I say it in my mind.
I personally don't.
No, you don't.
I'll take offence.
Do you know what? As well, that's quite a nice little segue to our
The Aaron Talks Arsenal Wanker of the Week, sponsored by the Ludum.
Got to be a gal, isn't it?
He gets
he got it last week.
Gets it this week. Fair dues to you, Babs. And you know what? I've got a little video. Exactly why he is the winner of Aaron Talks Arsenal Wanker of the Week. Shall we have a little look?
Welcome to a new segment of my show with your host, Diabetes Babs. Oh, it's gonna be a yummy segment. Yum, yums. 5 things we learn. Arsenal may be a little bit blunt in attack, but Mikel Arteta has found a way to get Arsenal scoring, and it might not be the way you think, because now we have found a way to get own goals and get 3 points, and it's so sustainable. 2, Martin Odegaard, he's the captain. Mikel Arteta's choice was man of the match again. Not even Martin Keown could have predicted such a masterclass. We've never seen it since our midfielder, Dennis Bergkamp, used to play there. What a genius. 3, our unicorn. Mikel Arteta's unicorn. Declan Rice. Not Keema Rice. Declan Rice. Oh, that's making me hungry, mummy. Num num. He got played out of position, and even on sofa score was getting top marks. Almost makes you wonder what the fuck the manager's doing in the first place? So Declan Rice, who clearly needs a rest himself, has to play at right back. 4 chicken wings. Mikel Arteta faced an opponent that he struggled with in the past. And guess what? We won this time. So have your faith. That's all I'm going to ask all of my 250k subscribers. Just have the faith in your manager. Or fuck off down the kebab shop. I mean down the lane. Number 5, yeah. Arsenal. Defensive injuries are so unlucky. But we saw why. Maybe they're getting constant injuries, even in the face of adversity. When we see Calafiori and Timber not present in the Brighton game. We saw Gabriel with 5-10 weeks predicted to come back from his injury. He's already rushed back, and we wonder why we get so much injuries. So unlucky. Bav signing out. Oh, my diabetes getting me.
Well, there you have it. Babs is our official wanker of the week.
You're on a
What
Babs.
can you do, eh? Poor old Babs. What can you do?
I don't wonder why we're called weirdos.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Talking on that, we've got a game tomorrow, DJB, and it's Aston Villa.
Yep.
How can you see us facing, mate? Because it's a massive one. Look, I'm sick and tired of saying doesn't matter how we play, just as long as we win. I feel like I've said that in every single game this season. Just as long as we get the win, that's all that matters. Arsenal Football Club need to go to the Emirates and put them to the sword. Granted, it probably won't rule them out the title race. It'll only be 6 points and they are still a threat. But we need to go there and be dominant. We need to go there and put a performance. We need to sweep them aside and finally put this little Unai Emery bug to bed. But I probably can't see it happening. My head says 1-1 tomorrow. My heart says 2-1. How are you seeing the game, DJB?
Well, the thing is, right, let's give credit where credit's due. Ignore what a lot of Arsenal fans think of Unai Emery. Let's look at it from a football point of view. Aston Villa are coming to the Emirates as a very, very good side. They're well coached. They're well organised. Tactically, he's got the best out of them, and they look a threat in all areas, right? So let's not gloss it. They're a very, very good side. And right now, whether you take away the league position, we are not playing well, Aaron. We're up against really a team that we're looking like a mid-team table. We're not looking like a team that's going to win the Premiership. We're looking like a team that's mid-table, right? That's just the facts. That's not. I'm not worried about the manager now. I'm just talking football. If you was to look at the two teams, Villa look like the Premiership winning team. We look like a team in mid-table, right? On that basis, if we don't get our act together, and I can't see us playing any different, I can't see us setting up any different, we will get beat. Because if Brighton have had any quality in that final third, and there was 1 or 2 chances that they had where it was their final touch or they miscontrolled it, and if it wasn't for David Raya, that would have been a draw. If it weren't for the own goal, we'd have drawn against Wolves. Yeah. We held on against Sunderland. We couldn't beat 10 men Chelsea. So Villa, 11 straight wins, should be favourites to win tomorrow on current form and the style of football that's being played. And I just think if we're not at it tomorrow, Aaron, Villa are going to win 2 or 3-1 quite easily. Right now, people might go, "Oh wow, he must really hate. How can he support Arsenal?" I'm just looking at it from a football point of view. If I didn't support Arsenal and I was an outsider, I'd be going, "How the fuck Arsenal top this league?" Because every time they come on Match of the Day, I'm switching it off. I'm turning the TV over. I'm not seeing anything that excites me. I'm watching Leeds play and they're flowing. I'm watching Villa play. I'm watching all these teams play and the tempo's high. I'm watching us play and it's like, fucking hell, come on, step it up. We're meant to be chasing a title. Let's get it right. It's not about whether you want the manager in or out. Just look at it from a football logic point of view. We are not playing well. We're not playing good football. Villa are. So who are you going to put your money on? You're going to put your money on Villa. You ain't going to put it on Arsenal tomorrow, are you? This is what I'm trying to say. The only reason why you're saying, the only thing I can honestly say why Arsenal may get a result tomorrow is because we're at home. We're at home. That's it. That is it. Other than that, from a football point of view, Villa are the better team right now. Much better. They're probably better than City at the moment. And City are on an 8-run unbeaten run. So honestly, I can't see it. We need to improve massively. But as I said to you before, I'm looking at key players lacking in confidence. I'm looking at Saka, who the team is built around, not the Saka that I know. And when you watch it, and you know, Aaron, when you're actually there and you watch it, and you don't get all the commentators and the pundits drip feeding you with all and you're actually seeing it live, you can actually see it. And if we line up with Declan Rice at right back, or he has to come on, or Timber has to come off injured if he starts, and we have Declan Rice at right back with the midfield that Aston Villa have got, it's game over.
The thing is, as well, is granted he had a good performance at right back, but against their midfield, which I think was it Shane who said, or it might have been you, DJ, but who said it's probably the best midfield in the Premier League.
It is one of the best midfields. And the thing is now,
you're weak in your midfield. Go on,
exactly.
Sorry,
no, but the thing is now, that's what's worrying. If we go a goal behind, we don't look like scoring in open play.
Yeah.
We're actually, at one point, we actually play for corners.
If Arsenal went 1-0 down, you're worried and thinking we ain't going to score 2 to win the game, ain't you?
You are. That's facts. That's not us. This is nothing to do with a manager. This is football. If we go a goal down, we've got to score 2 goals to win the game, right?
Yeah.
We struggle to score 1. So how can you realistically go into that game with any confidence? I said this on Leash, and I'll finish here. I'm back to where I was last season. When people say to me, "What's your prediction?" I just have to go, I don't know. I'm not confident enough. How am I not confident with a team where a manager's been in situ for 6 years and counting, £1 billion spent, one of the best strikers he's pulled in from across Europe, one of the best creative players in the Premiership in recent seasons, and I'm sitting here still not confident that we're going to win a football match? It don't make sense.
This is also a great point. Me and you, have said it.
Aaron, me and you have said it time and time again. When was the last time Arsenal put in a 90-plus minute performance from kick-off to the end? When was the last time we done that? We have moments. We have like 10-minute spell here, 15-minute spell there. And if we don't score within that time when we're on top, we're done. We're done. I can't remember the last time where I've walked out the Emirates and gone, we have battered them for 90 plus minutes. I don't remember it.
Do you know what? The last time I see us follow up a really good performance with another really good performance was Bayern and Tottenham. Not in that way, of course.
Yeah.
And then look what followed it. And that was probably the only time I've seen that.
And then what did he do after that? Bought Odegaard in, fucked Eze off, and that was that. It was a game over.
Yeah.
Sorry, just quickly before. I think the problem
I'm really stressed out tonight with it all.
The problem with Arsenal, I don't even think we've got 90 minutes in our legs. Yeah. It's because this manager. Yeah. That's the reason why. Because these guys are so much running to the ground. Do you know what I mean? It's either they've got to have in that 20-minute, 30-minute spell, put the team to bed, take your chances, put the team to bed, and then do your controlling thing. But what happens is that we'll score a goal, we'll sit back, and then they equalise or whatever, and then we start chasing the game, and then he's got the team, everybody, defending, running back. You know what I mean? That's how Gabriel Saliba ended up picking up a hamstring. Gabriel picking up a hamstring because they had to run back. Yep. So
self-inflicted,
we haven't got this because the team is not fresh. He doesn't rotate the team. That's why we don't look fresh, and he's just using the same said players. And when you're meant to bring on players like Ethan, Madueke, and who's the other player you said? There was the other player that was on the bench at the weekend. Eze. Yeah. What we got to do to inject some pace, inject something? We ain't got nobody in that team that can just change it up. We thought Eze might be the guy, but because he's now playing under Arteta, that's now been sucked out of him. Who have we got to do that? Saka is meant to be our main man. And look what he's doing. Predictable Saka picks up the ball, cuts back on his left, tries to take a shot. He eats it straight at the defender. No, when he has a chance to play it to Gokeres, what do you do? Boots it out to Rose Z.
Yeah. I was watching him quite closely, to be fair, against Brighton. And every time he was cutting in, he was skying his shots. They were ridiculous.
Times I saw him sky.
Yeah, they were nowhere near. And everyone's saying, "Oh, he's back to his best." I see some idiot put up a little stat. I was going to copy and paste it, but it was so embarrassing. I just thought, nah, why not? And he was saying, his expected goals and assists are second in the league. It was all expected, all predictions. I'm like, okay, but what's he actually doing? Where's the stats of what he's actually doing? Because I'm seeing a guy that's cutting in and tapping the ball into the goalkeeper's hands and blazing shots over, barely beating a man. And when he does, he's not making the right decisions. And his stats, compared to the last 4, 5, 6 seasons that he's been under this manager, reflect it. They reflect it. He's absolutely finished. I heard someone say on a stream earlier, Saka's game ain't about assists. It's all about assists. Because if it's not about assists, it definitely ain't about goals.
Listen,
what's it about then?
Southern Guna talked about your striker depends on your front line providing the service to you. Yeah, and he sticks up this bit of paper, no service, and that's what it is. This guy gets no service. So if you're looking at their pass maps and you're not seeing passes going into the area, how's he expected to score? How is he expected to get on the end of things? This is where we're at with this manager and this system and this style of football that this guy's playing. And so until he decides to stop being stubborn and starts to being brave, and let these players off the let the handbrake off and let these guys go out and do what they need to do, we'll continue to be seeing the same thing week in, week out. You and DJP will be going to the Emirates with your sleeping bags and your pillows. And that's like the story. That's literally, it's not, you got troops falling asleep on a watch along. Live on a watch along, sleeping. And that's no dig at troops. That's no dig at troops. That's the fact that the game is so boring that you're falling asleep watching this.
It is, it's crap, mate. But it's been like it for we was having the same conversation last season. Me and Kenny was on one end. How many decent games we saw. And Shane's going to come in a minute, but let's be brutally honest, right? That Champions League campaign last season saved him his job. That beating Real Madrid saved him his job. If them two wonder strikes hadn't have gone in and we hadn't have got to the semi-final of the Champions League, it might have been a different story we're having now. But honestly, we're saying the same things. We're saying the same things. We're saying the same things this season.
Groundhog.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Bill Murray settings.
Yeah.
Just jarring.
Smash the alarm.
It really is.
I got you, babe. Smash the alarm.
You sound like Eagle singing. Stop. You sound like Eagle.
Shimon.
No,
Listen, mate.
Shade is to blame for all of this. Shimon.
It is though. Listen, Mikel Arteta's tactics for the last 2 or 3 seasons, especially when we haven't been blowing teams away like we was in 22-23, is get the ball to Saka and hope he does something. And whilst it didn't bring any trophies, it got us into a challenge. It got us semi-finals we got taken the piss out of. So, this fucking manager. It got us there. Now all of a sudden, Jane, you're a naughty guy. Do you know what? Fuck it. Let me hear it, because I can't put these. Oh,
This fucking manager! This fucking manager!
this fucking manager.
Mikel Arteta!
I need to get that one up. Honestly, I will do. Pause. Listen, he's wanted to get Saka, passing the ball to Saka and then hoping he does something. It's basically been his tactic for the last 2-3 years. All of a sudden now, he's run Saka into the absolute ground and he's nowhere near the player that he was, that he should be, and definitely nowhere near the player that he could be. Where do we go from here then? We've got a manager whose tactics are now failing him and hasn't got the managerial nous to do anything about it. We're absolutely screwed. We are absolutely finished. We've got a manager who can't manage. I've done this before on stream, breaking it down. What's his man management like?
Terrible.
Horrendous. What's his in-game management like?
Worse.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. What's his team building like? Shocking. He now has to get someone else to do it because he's
still building.
Name me one facet of management, bar when he's in a press conference or selling merchandise, that he's actually good at. You can't. Name me one. Anyone in the chat, anyone on the panel, just one facet of management that he's absolutely good at. He's not. And if you ain't going to get it after 7 seasons managing the biggest or third biggest rather team in England, you ain't ever going to get it. I'm sorry, you ain't ever going to get it. What's he shown any of us to suggest that he's going to change? We was wondering, or certainly I was wondering, I thought, you know what, he's been given 8 players, all relatively good players, I thought, largely. Eze, excellent. Gyökeres, excellent signing. Mosquera's actually turned into quite a good signing. You know, he's got his zooby-dooby-doo. Okay, cool. No excuses then. Show me. The combat, or the way someone will combat that would be, well, we're top. We're top by Christmas. It doesn't matter. You said we were top after 10 games, 7 points ahead. Guess what? 7 points turned into 2 very, very, very quickly. And if you think Arsenal is still going to be ahead come February, so I'm giving us till the end of January, beginning of February. Let's see where we are. And if we're still ahead, I'm not going to say I'm going to start to believe, but I'm going to go, okay, cool. You've negotiated quite a tricky period and you're still first. Show me what you got. You've caught my attention. I don't think for love nor money, more chance of rocking or shitting that we're still going to be first come February.
Can I just quickly come in before saying,
yeah.
I think what he has to do is he has to do something drastically different to what you just said about if in February we're there about February. But I know, listen, we need to be at least 10 to 15 points, you know, to really have that gap because when you got the likes of Man City breathing down your neck, mate, it's not a nice feeling. You know, the smell of shark breath is not really nice. And then you turn around and he takes your head off. It's not really nice. So if it's not, you see, you can't wing your way through this next 9 games until February and think, oh, we're going to get lucky. Oh, you know, we just chalk that one off and just move on to the next game. Nah. Yeah, he has to get on that training gun. The other coaches that he has, need to get in his ear and say, "Come on, Arteta, we know we can do better than this. If you can't handle it, yeah, step out the kitchen. Yeah, if it's too hot for you, step out the kitchen and let someone properly come and take over, because you can't wing your way through this. And people believe that we will wing our way through this. We'll wing our way through this. And you got people say, well, what if we did win the league playing like this? That's what people are saying. What that tells me, that is hope. That just tells me that they're hoping.
Yep.
They're just hoping that everything will just pan out nicely. Man City, they're going to look at Man City's fixtures and go, well, they got a couple of our fixtures over there, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about them. Worry about us. Worry about what we're doing. Worry about how we're managing the players, their mentality, their physical well-being. Worry about that. And how
He
we're
don't give
running
a
these
fuck,
guys.
does he?
He don't.
No.
He couldn't care less about their physical well-being whatsoever. And we've got so many examples. So many examples. Big up to Lawrence, mate. Rumour has it Arteta won't play Nwaneri because he's fallen out with his love child Odegaard. Is that a serious thing? Is it? Any of you boys
No,
heard
it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. I've heard it. But if it is true, the big bad captain had a kid pick on him, and he ran to the manager and said, "Oh, Manieri's making fun of me." Can you imagine Tony Adams doing that? George, Ian Selly's making fun of me. Punish him. Can you imagine that happening? Like
Lee Dixon's just came and he's shouting at me.
George, I need you. I'm gonna tell on you. Yeah, madness.
And I think this was in response to my video. Normski a weirdo in reference to me. Aaron, on the other hand, I think he was saying ... Massive.
Yeah.
Wonderfully weird, though.
Happy to admit it. Wonderful weird. I like that, Shane. I knew there was a reason why I liked you, and it's because of that. Gyökeres, Francis Jeffers 2.0.
Yeah.
Considering the way we've seen Gyökeres at the minute, and I know DJB, just to quickly touch on this, because Lawrence is setting it in. Can you name so far a worse player than Gyökeres looked for Arsenal? Because I've heard you say Shamax. I've heard you say Chapman.
Bentner.
Sonogo.
Nicholas Bentner.
Was a bit of a joke.
Wow. That's where we're going with him. He's looked absolutely pants, and Lawrence, I'm interested to know, what do you think of Gyökeres so far? He's not been too great, is he? Francis Jeffers 2.0.
Jeffers was the fox in the box.
Can I just say though, I've also backed that up by saying I don't believe Gyökeres is as bad as that. I believe
he's not. No.
I just believe that in a red and white shirt under this football manager, and I said earlier on in the stream the reasons why I think he's not going to succeed is because the way we play, he's going to look bad. He's turned this player into an absolute nightmare. And it's showing. The guy's lacking in confidence. It's showing now. It's starting to have an effect on the player.
What are we saying? Scores, predictions. Talk to me, DJB, tomorrow.
None of that Glenn Helder bashing in the chat either, man.
Shane won't have that. Just quickly, sorry, DJB. There'll be while Shane's on screen, there'll be no Helder bashing whatsoever. No. We won't have it. Not
without Helder, there's no Burkamp, man.
Yeah, like that. We won't have it here.
No. Legend Glenn Edward. I never said anything bad about Glenn Edward at all. I thought he was fantastic.
Best Dutchman to ever play for Arsenal, man.
Who did he set up? Who did he set up? Who did he set up?
Who did he set up for his first only goal? Couldn't score for 7 games, and of course Glenn stepped up and did all the work for him, man. Come on.
Absolutely.
It was all Glenn, wasn't it?
It was
all Glenn.
The whole time.
Come on. Everything.
I'm gonna predict, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm gonna predict. I'm hoping wrong. 2-1 Aston Villa.
Wow.
I know. I'm just honest, guys, and that's it. Can't be anything else. You got to, haven't you?
Just quickly before we move to Shane. This is a good and body assembled. Big up, man. Question: have you ever felt more disappointed with Arsenal than you presently feel? This is a good one.
No, but this is the one that I got pelters for in the summer when people kept saying you kept saying it's the worst Arsenal I've ever been. No, it's the lowest I've felt before the transfer window and then even after it, because it's just the manager. What they don't get is is that if you have zero faith in your manager or the club winning, of course it's the lowest you felt. Oh, but what about when you were finishing 10th? We won both cups that year. I'd always thought we had a chance of winning silverware. What about 95? Bruce Rick was there. We had just signed Dennis Bergkamp. It's one of the happiest I've ever been as an Arsenal fan. They can't contemplate feelings, which is strange for them because that's all they live off, is emotions and feelings and all of that. Oh, well, I have a feeling that we're going to do this and he's brought the culture back. What they don't get is I have zero faith in this manager and I'm seeing all of the players drop with injuries because of him. And they keep, oh, you're obsessed with rotation. You cannot win leagues when you're flogging players today. The footballs. People talk about Joe, but what about George Graham? I went through the fixtures in 91. We were smashing teams 4-1, 4-1, 3-1, 6-1.
Alan Smith got a golden boot.
Yeah, unbelievable, right? So we were banging teams in 1991. We lost one game. Oh, guys, we have kept more clean sheets, guys, than ever before. No, we haven't. We kept 6 more that season than we did the season that Arteta talked about. Oh, guys, we had best defense ever. No. We kept a lot less. We let in a lot less goals that season. Oh, guys, the most we've ever scored. No, sorry. There was several seasons in the 30s when we smashed that goal record. Oh, but that was a 42-game season. Yeah, but we smashed it by about 30-something goals, mate. You know what I mean? Oh, but that's in the past. And that's okay. Well, then don't bother. Then why is he using the past as a record? I'm so sick and tired of his press conferences. I can't look at him. I hate him. I hate Granit Xhaka too. I still want him to do well, but I can't stand the look of his face. I've never felt worse as an Arsenal fan. Never. And people say that's crazy. You're top in Europe. You're top. We won't be at the end of the season, though. That's how I feel, that we won't be. So why would I care? And you know what? It hurts more than when you have been top and you blow it. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is still the lowest I felt as an Arsenal fan. I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel with this manager in charge. And guys, unprecedented guys, excuses and all of this sort of. And Sue's coming in with Helder bashing as well, man.
You know what?
You know when you have this sinking feeling, when you talk about Arsenal, there's always this sinking feeling.
Do you know why it's the worst I've ever felt? It's because of the expectations and the pedestal this team has been put on. Right? Yeah. And the way this manager has been, I've never known it in my lifetime, the manager get lauded up so much than this manager. So I'm expecting miracle. I'm expecting brilliant things, right? And the money that's been spent on this football team, the players that have come to this football team under this manager, and it's just not happened. And I think what it is that I felt that I've been let down quite badly because I've been expecting silverware. I'm thinking, oh, we're going to go and win the League Cup now. Look at who we got now. Look, blah 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 blah. And we've been let down so much. That's why I feel so low. I mean, I've been through some dark times. I mean, we had some horrific times under Terry Neal, but he got us to FA Cup finals.
Yep.
And he, and we were still, we weren't expected to do what this current team's
had players that would get you out of your seat as well, though, DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was just going to say, but under Terry Neal, we still had players where I was like, wow, we still
even the Wenger years. You still had Alexis Sanchez. I pay a ticket just to go watch Alexis Sanchez play.
I was still excited.
Play with freedom, play proper football.
Because I was still excited because of some of the players that was under Terry Neal. With this team, I'm watching brilliant players where I should be excited play crap.
Just shackled.
Yeah,
I'm seeing Eze after. I was really excited to see Eze this season. That was what I was looking forward to this season. Oh, I'm so pleased Eze's at the club. I can't wait to see him in an Arsenal shirt. He's half the player he was at Crystal Palace. I was excited about Gorka.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, do you know what I mean? I'm looking at someone that we've just bought from Barnet. Reserves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
All the attack. It's copy and paste with all the attack.
And that's the reason, Aaron, I feel so low as a football fan. Because my expectations is not being matched. And that's the thing. And it's season in and season out. It's driving me nuts. It really is.
Big up SE before Normski comes in. I say, hold up, wait a minute. Bring Matt on for him to say that and sell us some hope. If I had the clip, I'd love to play it.
I've got my hope glasses, Aaron.
Get them on. Get your hope glasses on.
There's my hope. There's from the Mingle.
Love
fresh
it.
from the mingle. The hope glasses are on. There we
There
go.
you go. There you go.
The
Do
hope
you know what?
glasses.
Hope. It's the worst word. It's the worst word because it means you ain't in control. People will say the other way, oh, if you don't have hope, this and all that, it means you ain't in control. And Arsenal have hoped that Man City drop points. Arsenal hope Liverpool drop
That's the
points.
thing.
Arsenal hope the ref gives us a penalty. Arsenal hope. All these external variables, apart from we're good enough to beat them regardless. And that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Arsenal hope.
And do you know how low?
No,
sorry,
sorry.
sorry, Norms, and I know you want to come in, but this is how low, and Aaron will back me up on. This is how low we have sunk. We are celebrating own goals by even getting a song. Own goal again, ole,
Owen Gualesh.
jumping up and down. We get more excited over a corner than we do in open play.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
But like what Aaron was saying there about with the hope, I was saying it this morning that champions or champions elect or teams that have standards don't say, well, if Son puts that chance away, we win the league, right? They say, why were we in that position? Why didn't we beat the other team at the Etihad when we had them? Why did we change things against Villa and lose 2-0 when we should have beaten them? That's what City fans would be saying. That's what Guardiola would be saying. He wouldn't be saying, oh, well, if this happened, and that should never be in that position. Never, ever be in that position. You should not be having to cheer on your rivals. You should have buried the league well before you had two chances. You had the City game and you had the Villa game, and you blew them both, right? So I don't want to hear, oh, well, really? You want your biggest rivals to do you a favor? That's the situation we're in after all this money spent, and you're still talking about it like it's a big achievement that we got that close and it was more points than the Invincibles. Well, here's the thing: the Invincibles won, mate, and they played astonishing football of the times, mate. Football that will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. That season will be well forgotten in a few years, mate. Trust me. That will never be forgotten. We went into every game thinking, oh, man, this is going to be absolutely amazing. We could possibly be the best team on the planet right now. We could be the best team on the planet. We're shredding these. And I said this before. I don't think ever in history, apart from maybe Barcelona under Pep, right? And it was different for us because we were external. It's a different league. But where you have a team that not only goes unbeaten and is smashing everybody, that while they're doing it, a lot of opposition fans still like them. Can you imagine that? You know what I mean? They still like this. Other fans are going, look, begrudgingly, I have to hold my hands up. Like Arsenal are just a different level. They're unbelievable. The football they play. Bergkamp's brilliant. Henry's the best player in the world. All that. There was none of that. There was still hatred, but there wasn't. There was still other fans of even rivals was going, no, I'm sorry, man. I used to have my mates going,
because you know you've seen something special.
Special,
you have
right?
You have to put your hands up and go.
But we weren't going, oh, well, if United had to drop points on the. You were saying before in '99 when you were a young lad, Aaron, you came out feeling gutted that we finished second. We weren't saying, oh, if Andy Cole doesn't score that goal right at the end against Tottenham, we would have won the league. We go, why did we fucking slip up the couple of weeks beforehand? We should have buried them. We had them. We should have buried them. Standards have just gone off a cliff, and it's all down to the PR and these zesty fucking idiots, man, that have infested our club, and that's the only word, infested. They have infested like a fucking carnivorous tick, man. They've crawled in under the skin of us, and they've just infested us with feels, and it's not about silverware, guys. It's about family, and piss off, man. I'm so sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? It's going to be on a joke at this point.
Mate, Shane, in 99, just quickly before you come in, Norms, in 99, I was I think maybe about 10 years old. And even then, I knew that when we fucked up and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank scored and we lost against Leeds a couple of games before the end of it, I blamed Arsenal for messing up at Ellen Road. I didn't, like you said, I didn't blame Manchester United for missing an opportunity against Tottenham or this and all that. I knew I was accountable at 9, 10 years old. We've fucked up here. We've done this. Arsenal football. I knew that at 10 years old. I could hold my club accountable at 10 years old. And go, do you know what? The reason why we didn't win the league in 99 wasn't because of anything else other than we just weren't good enough. In little decisive moments towards the end of the season, we just didn't quite get the results we needed. I knew that at 10. I was born in 89. I knew that at 10 years old. How can people 30 years old, 40, 50, not actually be able to get that in their nut? It's ridiculous. There's no accountability whatsoever for the large parts of this fan base. And that is why Arsenal are stuck in second and will probably remain stuck in second for another season because we aren't capable as a collective of pushing it to the next level because we're all happy to clap the manager once he comes out again, should we finish second or third, and at the final game of the season go, we had a dream. We had a dream, and this year it didn't quite happen. But next year, bullshit. Next year has been for 3 or 4 years. That's been next year. I want this year. I don't want next year. I've waited long enough. I'm not going to blame Mikel Arteta for 21 years, but I'm going to blame him for a quarter of it.
Yep.
I will blame him for a quarter of it, and it's not been good enough. Norms.
And the football, and to be honest, the football under him is just, apart from that 22-23 season, but it's that sinking feeling, isn't it? Is that the mediocrity of this fan base and what you see online? That's really, that gets me. The stuff that they come out with, and you're just thinking, you know, when people talk to me about Arsenal, I'm like, it's like I want to be able to say, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're going for this, but I can't. It's just every time you bring up Arsenal, you bring up the top fans, you bring up the likes of Arteta, I just get this sinking feeling. Because you go all these years, thinking that you're going to get it over the line. It's like, here we go again. It's like, you're in that quicksand. You know, you're in quicksand, it's just like, all you just left is like that hand, and they're gripping onto the hand, and it's just like...
And the more you struggle against it, the worse
the more
it is.
The more you struggle is the more you say, don't move, and it's just like... That's what it is. It's that sinking, horrible... I can't describe it, you know what I mean? I shouldn't be depressed. People just don't think about Arsenal, just get over it. But I mean, like for you and DJP going there, and you can see that you guys love it because you go there to your core. You've been DJP 50 plus years, Aaron 30 plus years. You know, myself, sweet 50 plus years for my Shane, 40 plus years. Yeah, it means a lot to us, and we want to see our club. All we're asking for, guys, Arteta, just get us over the line. Prove this panel wrong. Prove all of us wrong. Yeah? But we know what's coming. That's the problem. It's just all unfolding in front of us. And what you get is a bunch of guys just sticking their heads in the sand and just hoping that it will go away and finding all the excuses. And then Arteta spouting out all his stats for these guys to jump on and go, we're top of the league, blah, blah, blah. Scored about amount of points, blah, blah, blah. But what did he get us in the end, guys? This is the question. What did he get? Did we see any armpits? Did we see any armpits? No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
But we're getting into our fourth, just to finish, we're just getting into our fourth time we're challenging for the league. And I just see the same result. And we might just see a new Premier League champion, and it might not be Man City.
I said right now. I said Villa are writing it. I'm not writing them off. But do you know? And another frustrating thing is when you look at our football team. I do want to be entertained. We've got players that are capable of really producing good football. There's players there that can produce good football, but we year in year out tactically they're unable to, and it's frustrating. As a football fan, it's frustrating. I just can't get my head around it. I'll be there tomorrow, and I can more or less predict the way the first half and the second half's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you
after a couple of minutes,
we're going to play. Everything, we're going to look for Saka for every single pass. We're going to hope that Saka produces something golden. Yeah.
Play for set pieces.
Zubamendi's going to be lost defensively, but when he gets the ball, he's just going to knock it. He's just going to play it safe. He's just going to knock it 5 yards, or he's just going to, just tap it to the left or tap it to the right. Odegaard's going to be running around, looking busy until he gets clattered, and then he ain't going to want to know. Trossard, if he starts, he's going to be hugging the touchline, and he'll do one or two moments in the game, and that'll be it. And he's just so predictable. But what it is, what can you do?
I think that's why he's rushing Ben White back as well, because he wants to play with Rice in midfield, because he knows he'll get absolutely overrun in midfield if he's not in midfield.
100%. How can we go into a midfield when they've got like the likes of Onana, and we've got Declan Rice playing at right back? And what have we got to show for? Mikel Merino, Zubamendi.
Eat them up.
Oh, he'll absolutely terrorise them. And just quickly before we mention that, Do you know what I always like to play? It's in every facet of life I actually do this. I always like to put the shoe on the other foot and just see from the other side, yeah? All of these top gooners, if Arsenal Football Club were the team in the last 5 years that won 3 Premier League titles and a Champions League and an FA Cup here and all there, and we were second to Manchester City, who haven't won fuck all in the last 5 years, we'd all be double confident, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah.
We'd all be going, do you know what? Don't matter. 2 points behind. Who really cares? We know how to do it. Man City ain't won fuck all.
100%, Aaron. Facts.
But they can't figure out that we're a little bit dubious and a little bit worried and a little bit, cautious about Manchester City the other way round coming and taking that 2-point lead and winning the Premier League title. It's madness to me. Madness.
I'll give you another thing as well. Have a look at when the Man City come off the pitch after they've won, and have a look at the Aston Villa's body language when they've won and they come off the pitch. Have a look at Pep and all the players.
Yeah.
And then look at Arsenal. They've won, but you can see coming off the pitch, and it's like, fucking hell, that was hard. How did we get away with that one?
Yeah. But you know what, DJ? Sorry to go across, but there's something footage now apparently of he's either saying it in French, but apparently a Saliba get really pissed off he's next to Gabriel and says we're not mean enough. Yeah, he's furious.
They're starting to question, and I've been saying this for weeks now, right? I'm just saying because I look at the big screen because I'm right by the big screen where I sit, and I look at the big screen after the game, like, and I look at the players and I look at their body language and what they're saying, and their heads are down. I look at City and they're jumping, they're hugging one another. The manager's like going to all of them.
Players that have won and players that are hungry to win.
All of them. Yeah. But it's just like it's flat. It's flat, isn't it, Aaron?
But you see what it is, though, DJ. We were saying we had discussed about this before with me and Norms. I think it was on this show, and we were saying that the best managers, all 25 players, feel like they're playing a part in the push. They all feel like they're playing a part. With us, they're split us against them. Use at a bench, you have nothing to do. You might come in when someone gets injured, and then you get flogged. City played for the first time, I'd say under Pep, the last 3 games, the same 11 started, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason that they're talking about him playing the same team 3 times in a row, because it never happens. But he's able to do that because he's rested them all up to this point. So what he'll do is, this tough Christmas period, I'm going to play the same 11, get the 3 wins, and then I'll start to rotate again.
Yeah.
He's been here and done it a million times. And that was a great point you made, Aaron, that do you really think that they're sitting there going, oh, God, we're 2 points off this team that we've caught many times, and their manager's a bottler, and the players are all falling apart, and there's injuries all over the place? They're just rubbing their hands together going, this is a piece of piss. This is a piece of piss.
They're not panicking at all. They're not panicking at all. And if City draw their game and we win and we go for, they still won't panic. They won't panic.
I mean, you saw them. You saw them
after. I know
after.
We're going to ref up.
You saw them after the Crystal Palace game. You saw that they went over to their fans. If nobody didn't tell me, I know it sounds crazy, but you would have just thought, like, these guys are destined to win the league. It's just like they're just going over there, and you got Pep going, go on, get over there, go on. It's like
he's got the eye of the tiger. I said it to you. He's got the eye of the tiger now.
They're oozing confidence, man. Absolutely.
How dare you not count us at the start? That's what they're saying. We said it at the very start of the season.
Pep's got a bounce in it. Even Pep's got.
That's what I mean. Pep. That's what I said. Pep has the eye of the tiger.
He's a bit down lately, isn't he? But recently,
yeah. You remember last season? Everybody was focused on his scratched face, and
he was going through a divorce, and they're back together now. That has to play a part. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
That has to play a part. But he's got the eye of the tiger. He's sick of people saying, he's never rebuilt it. He rebuilt Barcelona just because it wasn't his original team. He's going, fuck this, man. He's got the bit between his teeth. He got rid of half the players that were getting too comfortable. He's got in hungry players. I saw that interview with Doku and Ruben Diaz after they smashed Liverpool, and Doku was man of the match after an hour, one of the best performances you'll see. And the guy at the end of the match has Ruben Diaz and Doku, and Ruben Diaz has been there, done it. Doku hasn't. And he's talking, saying to Ruben Diaz, he was phenomenal today, wasn't he? Yeah, he was good, but, we have many games to come, and putting him right back down to earth. Like, yeah, he was good, but we have many games to come, and he hasn't won it yet. He hasn't won with us yet. He needs to win with us. And that's the way it should be. And Doku's looking at him going, yeah. I want to win as well. I want to win. Henry said that when he came in. The first 2 years, he didn't win anything, and he was looking at all these guys. Well, yous have done the double. I haven't. I want some of that. You know what I mean? I want some of that. And Pep's done it perfectly. He got rid of all the greatest and all they're getting too comfortable. Now he's got the Docus and the Cherkies and the Reinders are going, well, I want to win. And they're feeding off all the guys that have won loads but still have the same hunger. And you look at their defence, man. I mean, Matheus Nunes looks like a prime Cafu half the time when he's charging up the field. He's still got a mistake in it, but he's improved tenfold this season. Tenfold this season.
As well, sort of everyone's saying about he's not really built a new team or that or whatever. He's still won Premier League titles with a totally different Man City team than the one that he took over.
Yeah,
so he's won exactly. Yeah,
you know, but
he's
they
won
say
titles
these
with
things
the
in their head,
original team.
Like we face lower blocks. They just make these things up that aren't real, and they just keep saying them. And he's sitting there. I said it here. One of the sort of 4th, 5th game of the season we were doing the show. And everybody on Sky was just pulling up Arsenal and Liverpool's fixtures. And I said, he just has to go into the dressing room and pin that up on the wall. That's all he is. They're not even mentioning us. Not even mentioning you. Us, Man City, who've won everything. Not even mentioned. They'd be like, right, let's see about that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, look, I can't see a way that they won't chase us down. I really don't. But I think it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, they don't care. Do you know what? I'd try and combat that opinion or that comment ever so slightly if we were playing well. I'm sitting there and I just think to myself, I know, Shane. I'm still with you. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, do you know what? Though, if I could scratch and scrape the bottom of the barrel, I'll go, well, we're actually playing all right. Maybe we can get a winning run together now. No. We're falling over the line. Everyone's saying, oh, yeah, but we've won 5 in a row. That's absolute bullshit. We drew with Crystal Palace. That's a draw. All right, we went and beat them in the cup. Still a draw. 90 minutes full time. That's not 5 wins on the bounce. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
That if that was a Premier League game, it's a fucking draw. If it's a Premier League game, we're second on goal difference. It's absolute madness. Big up to JCG, Sam. Big up to everyone.
Yeah,
Xhaka better than Zubi. Definitely this season, and definitely when you weigh it in with the importance for their team, absolute tenfold. To be fair, absolute tenfold.
I'm with you, Joseph. I want someone to sit me down and tell me what Zubimendi does because I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just tactically.
He's bang average.
Everyone sees it because he works well with Arteta's system. That's it, and he fits in. But other than that. I just don't.
Denilson. They are. We just got a midfield of Denilsons. Yeah. That's all they are. Just get the ball, turn around, pass it back. Spanish Denilson. I don't know why I've done a French accent. Never mind. Tyrell, big up to you, brother. We will wrap up there. DJB, what have you got coming up, my brother?
Not too much. Obviously, got the Villa game tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. Get home about 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, probably, because it's like 12:15 kickoff, 8:15 kickoff. And then Wednesday's New Year's Eve, isn't it? If I'm home, I'm not doing. I don't think I'm doing anything. But if I'm home, I'll do the be on with Jez, and I might go live. I don't know. And then. Sunday sit back on Sunday, everyone. So make sure you join me then. And then the following week, it's all back to normal. Got the Thursday tea time chat. The mingle is back. The retro is back. And the Sunday sit back is always there. So, yeah, big up to everyone. Big up the chat. Everyone in the chat.
Nice.
Shane, Normski, always a pleasure. And, of course, Aaron as well. Thank you very much, bro. It's been amazing.
Pleasure is all mine, man. Shane, where can we find you tomorrow? Even though everyone in the chat knows, where can we find you tomorrow?
Yeah, no, big up having me on, of course, and the legends on the panel, Normski, DJB, and yourself, and the wonderful, wonderful chat. Even though someone just put in that Zubimendi is like Varane back in the day, but
Chelsea Varane.
Even then, he's not. Chelsea Varane was still there. Right, let's get that straight. But yeah, no, I will be full Irish tomorrow at 10:30, of course. And then match reaction with views after the match, which will be late, set for about 10 o'clock, but it's always just the second the final whistle goes. And that's it then for tomorrow. Then obviously Wednesday will be Clean Through 101 and then Jez's old school show. And I'll be around always full Irish every morning, 10:30.
No messing about. Make sure you go and sub to DJB and Shane. And please, people, how have we not got Normski TV to 1K? What is happening?
I don't know,
What's
mate.
going on, people? Criminal. I feel like dialing 999, man. It's absolute ridiculous. Madness.
I don't know.
Norms, where can we find you, my brother?
Yeah, no, Wednesday. Got the what's going on pod on Wednesday 6:30. So come and check me there. And tomorrow we'll hopefully be doing a match reaction after the Arsenal Villa game. So let's hope it's a positive one. But bro, it's going to be tough. That's what I've got to say. And other than that, I'm sure everything will be back to normal the following week.
Yeah, buzzing, man. Thank you very much for jumping on. It's a pleasure to have you free every single week. Honestly, I look forward to it. It's probably the little cheeky highlight of my Monday. My week of my full week. I don't know whether that makes me sad or not. I don't know, but I love it nonetheless. Big up to the world-class chat as always. You're all absolutely exceptional. The Dennis Bergkamp of the chat, the Zidane of the chat, the Beckenbauer of the chat. Big up to every single one of you. Thanks for your support all throughout the year. It's greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Even Suj. There you go. Even Suj, I greatly appreciate. Well, Mrs. Suj, we're on, with Suj. Honestly, Suj is the absolute geezer of the chat. The blunder from down under. Big up to every single person in here. Go raid Northside with ATA raid. Boom.